XM202.
Of the morning, while the city sleeps, an uncommon band of heroes unites to fight the forces of evil.
The Opie and Anthony Show.
Oh, my sweet Jesus.
With Op.
I want to be known as notorious. No.
Ack.
Everyone is always in my way.
Oh, you really are deluded.
And B-Cup.
Kind of fat-breasted and awful.
And surrounded by dullards.
Ben looks like poorly spliced film.
Oh, it's hilarious.
Whenever Steve yawns, it looks like the back of the Batmobile when it accelerates.
Pocketosis.
Eric, you're not going to cry.
Shut up.
And armed with superhuman powers.
He pulls his pants down and just starts leaking into someone's garbage can. That's rule one.
How about if he gives you the old chin tap with his helmet?
That's all right with me.
They are living among us. Average citizens, average heroes, quietly and anonymously continuing to make the world a better place.
Controversial talkers Opie and Anthony.
We are just dicks. You better just sit back and watch.
Yeah. Wait, what?
The Opie and Anthony Show.
Oh.
But enough of this palaver. Let's get the show on the road.
You're just a tool. You can keep your hands off of my mule.
Anyway.
Stay out the bushes.
old scumbag! I got your name! I got your ass! And I'm playing!
He was banging cocktail waitresses 2 at a time.
Ow!
You can act like a man! What's the matter with you?
Ow! Oh, ow!
I'm Big Dick Black.
Oh!
It's over, Johnny.
Oh! 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 Oh!
You like Huey Lewis on the news?
Is that so? Who made you Pope of this dump, huh?
It's easy to grin when your ship comes in and you've got the stock market beat. But the man worthwhile is the man who can smile when his shorts are too tight in the seat. Okay, Pookie.
Okay, Pookie. There's always one that makes me laugh every morning.
Love that guy.
Hey, good morning. It's the Opie and Anthony program. Hello. Back on our home turf of New York City.
Nice to be home.
The O&A virus spreading across America. What?
My God.
Didn't we just land?
This sure screwed up my sleeping hours.
Just a little bit.
It was pretty nice to do afternoons for a little while there, for a couple of days. I'll tell you, God damn, is that nice just waking up whenever the hell you want. You don't have to be to bed early, like an infant. I feel like I'm 7 years old again and have to go. I have my Betty by time, so you can get up for school. Anthony, time for bed. It's 7:30. It was like when I was a kid. And I'd be, can't I stay up and watch Ronan Martin's Laughing?
All I know is we touched down in Newark. Got back to New York City.
Mm-hmm.
It was 5 o'clock, and I was just watching the clock until it turned to 8 o'clock so I could go to bed. I made it to 7:20 and said, screw it.
Wow, 7:20.
So then I go to bed at 7:20, and I hear people coming into my building because, they probably worked late. Getting home from work a little later than usual. And I'm just like...
People coming home from work, and you're sleeping.
I'm already in bed for the night. Getting pissed off at them because they're open. You could hear the door opening on the front of the apartment, and they're going up the stairs, stuff like that. And they have every right to just walk up the stairs at 7:20.
Who's sleeping?
It's not like it's 4 in the morning and someone's coming home drunk and obnoxious. They're just coming home from work.
Coming home from a hard day's work.
But it drove me nuts because I'm like, don't they understand it's Betty by time?
Betty by.
It's Betty by time.
Well, I had the opposite problem.
I just couldn't imagine staying up any later than that yesterday after all the traveling.
I had the opposite problem. I couldn't get to sleep because I didn't wake up early. Unless I'm up at 4:30 or 4:15 or whatever the hell it is every morning, I can't get to sleep that night. So I woke up, probably 9 o'clock in New Orleans before we left. Car was outside at like 9:30, so I got every minute sleep I could. And that was it. I didn't get to sleep until after 11.
Yeah, a quick observation. I did get up early yesterday and decided to grab my cup of coffee and get one more look at Bourbon Street.
Oof.
First of all, the day after Fat Tuesday, it's a completely different street.
Yep.
It is spotless. There's no sign of puke, beads,
no
scum,
stench.
Nothing. It is, I don't know, they got that down pat.
No people.
No people. Look like a completely different street, right?
Yeah.
So I walk about 2 blocks from the hotel, like I did every morning with my coffee, just kind of getting, waking up and going for a little walk. I got accosted, like, within 15 to 20 feet of the hotel by undesirables. The
Really?
undesirables just, take over the neighborhood after everyone leaves after Fat Tuesday.
After?
That is a dangerous, dangerous road when Mardi Gras is not going on.
Yep.
I made it 2 blocks and realized, you know what? I better get back to the safety of the hotel immediately.
Undesirables.
All the bars were closed. Everything
Yeah.
was boarded up. There were just street cleaners still, or actually building owners or their workers just scrubbing the fronts of their building. That's all that was going on. There was no sign that there was just a huge party for the last week or so.
Well, it seems the undesirables, they get started a little early before it ends because me and Jimmy saw just, it made me retch. We're up on the balcony of the hotel last night, You know, it's a few hours before they clean the streets off and send everyone home, I guess. So we're, you know, throwing beads off the balcony. And across the street from the hotel balcony, there's about 12 or so black gentlemen standing against the wall. And people are walking by on the sidewalk. And they're standing against the wall on the sidewalk. And when other black gentlemen would walk by, they'd kind of shake hands with them, you know, little hand jive gesture things there. Black chicks would walk by. If they were hot, they'd grab ass on the chicks and they'd spin around and, like, you know, yell at them, "Don't touch me," and they'd laugh, you know, send them on their way. Then we noticed when Whitey walked by, a white guy or a white chick or God forbid a couple walked by, they would smack them in the head, knock their hats off their head, molest the girls, like feeling their tits, grabbing ass, grabbing crotch of the girls, and God forbid the guy turns around and you know, tries to stand up for his girl's honor and says something. Because we saw this one guy, he turned around to one of these black guys with his shirt off, just like drugged out of his mind, and said something like, put his hands up and went, you know, "What's up? What are you doing?" The black guy just hauled off and cracked him right in the face. All of them start laughing. The one guy that punched him runs away now. You know, he doesn't even stay there. The guy staggers into the wall that he hit, almost goes on his ass. He kind of kept it together and walked away. And then they're just laughing their asses off, doing this to white guys that are walking by. Only the white guys. They're smacking their hats off their head, and guys were turning around and going, "What's up?" And the guy squares off like he's going to hit him, and he's got all his buddies with him. So one white guy, what's he going to do, you know? Got to back down. Got to get his ass beat. Got to get punched in the face. So this went on for a good 40 minutes or so, I guess.
Yeah. You guys were watching this whole thing from the balcony?
We stopped throwing beads.
Didn't you tell me that they were making out with the guy's chicks, too?
One guy comes by, and he's with this drunk whore. They're both white. And somehow the black group on the corner gets them divided. And they were just grabbing girls' arms and pulling them and hugging them and groping them and humping them. And the guy tries to, the guy's drunk too, so he kind of loses the girl. And they're probably 5-6 feet apart from each other, but the black gentlemen have positioned themselves where they could no longer see each other. And the girl's just being felt up. The black guy starts making out with the chick. She has no idea where she is. She's like annihilated, snotted drunk. And then they start smacking the white guy around. So finally he, like, wakes up a little bit, notices where the girl is, and tries to pull her away. And the one black guy has got her by the arm and just a tug of war with the guy's chick.
That's amazing.
Unbelievable. The savagery that was going on that corner. And from what I hear, other corners, this is kind of a thing that's known. It happens. The black youth, black gentlemen in New Orleans over there at Mardi Gras just harass white people. It's just this racial thing that goes on. And I got to tell you, from the balcony, you look down, and it's very hard for the word nigger not to come out of your mouth. You know? I'm not the guy that throws the word around. I don't throw it around when people are going to work in the morning. I'm not like that.
You don't throw it around while we're broadcasting anyway.
When we're broadcasting anyway, right, Opie? No, you know something?
You're the worst.
I would say 99.9% of white people don't throw that word around when you just see a black guy. People are under this misconception that if you see a black person, you're going to throw that word around, you know, because there's such rampant racism in this country. No, it's not true. It isn't. You know, we have plenty of black friends that come up here. We have black friends out of the show and stuff. You don't use the word to them. But when we were watching that, they're acting like niggers. And that's what the word that comes out of your mouth. Why? Because maybe they should kill someone before you use racial slurs and epithets like that. They were being judged on the content of their character. And that word was the only word I could use at that moment to describe their actions at what they were doing. And until stuff like that changes, that word ain't going nowhere. Ain't going nowhere.
All I kept thinking watching it is Bernie Getz is a hero.
Yeah.
If I had a gun,
enraged.
I would have started shooting for those other people.
Right.
It was that bad, huh?
It was so
enraging.
Enraging to watch. You could not fathom how pissed we were getting watching this. If they were smacking black guys walking by, you know something? I probably wouldn't have had that big a deal about it if it was white and black guys.
Right.
Because then it wouldn't have been racial. It would have been these guys are angry sons of bitches that are looking for a fight. You ever see an Irish guy at a bar that's just looking for a fight, and he doesn't care who the hell steps up to him, and it's usually his brother or cousin or something?
Are you talking about the black Irish?
No, I'm just talking about the Irish, Opie. The Irish, or a drunk Italian at one of those Brooklyn Dago bars that are just looking for a fight, and they don't care who it is. You know something? I'll stay out of their way, and I got no problem with that. But these sons of bitches were just out for Whitey. They were just at. It was a race crime. It was racially biased hate on these guys' part, and it had nothing to do with anything but here's white guys. Let's get ours now today. Let's make up for 400 years or something. There at Mardi Gras. So after about 40 minutes or so of watching and just getting pissed off as all hell, we notice in the crowd about 4 or 5 cops are working their way over, and they're looking up at the balcony above us and pointing at the wall and trying to get some kind of acknowledgement of where the problem was. And then they finally get a line on it, and the cops run over, grab a lot of these guys, and grab the one that really was belting people in the face. Just grab him by the back of the head and smash his face into the wall. And that's when I lost my voice. I'm just screaming, have fun in jail, you motherfucker. I'm screaming. And this guy didn't put up a fight when the cops were there. He's belting drunk white people and groping their drunken girlfriends walking down the street. But when big bull cop comes over and smashed his face against the building, he sure shut up lickety-split, didn't he?
And these cops down in New Orleans, man, they don't put up with anything.
And there was about an 8-year-old, 9-year-old boy with them that was grabbing girls' crotches, taunting people, smacking people in the head. He's 8 or 9 years old, and here he is growing up with this fine leadership, showing what it's like to laugh as they pop Whitey in the face.
I've never felt more like an old man in my life. When those cops came over and Anthony is screaming, spend the night in jail, and we're all yelling, that'll show you. We're just like old people.
I think I shook my fist.
Yeah.
Get off my lawn!
Yeah, you should be in school, shouldn't you? It was awful. Meanwhile, 12 hours ago, one of my closest friends is pelting a 90-year-old man on a little rascal with beads, and I'm cheering and laughing.
Hey, man, that story is getting a little out of hand, by the way. I gently tossed him because thinking he wanted to be part of the festivities.
Yeah, no, you did gently toss him from the second-floor balcony across the street. Yeah, it was a very gentle toss, Randy Johnson. You whizzed him and you hit him in his head, and he turned to the left, and he was hurt and upset and embarrassed.
Certainly was.
You're making more of it than it was, Jimmy. And the message boards are going crazy about this story, and I want to defend myself. I figured that everyone down below us they were all equal.
Fair game. See,
they were
that's
all
what
equal
we do.
in my eyes.
That's how we operate. Equal opportunity.
I don't see skin color like Anthony.
We didn't care who we pelted.
I don't see gender. I don't see handicaps. To me, everyone is equal down below when I'm throwing my beads.
Everyone's a victim.
Everyone is deserving of some Mardi Gras beads, is what I thought.
Just pelt the public.
Yeah, I just noticed that when you hit the 80-year-old man on the little rascal, that was the one time you didn't turn around and duck behind the... Cause we would throw something and then hide behind the thing because we're cowards. But as soon as Tough Ass hit the 80-year-old man, the little rascal, he just stood there and openly laughed. Because what's the guy going to do? Get up and,
You're
going to do? Such a liar.
Crippled old man.
Turn his head.
You're such a liar.
But no one beats Ben. No one beats Ben. Sure, you hit old people, but Ben's lobbing beads at infants in carriages.
Aiming at them.
Oh.
Was he aiming at them?
Of course he was.
All pissed off that their little head, proportion to the body, was bigger than his little infant head.
You'd see a baby carriage, and you'd see beads flying down towards it. You'd hear...
The baby's in the carriage herkying and jerking in similar fashion. Little balled-up fists.
You know, we got to talk really fast about this. So we're there for Fat Tuesday, obviously, and it's getting close to midnight. And what are you doing?
Sorry, just cleaning up.
Cleaning up what?
He's coming over on Opie's side.
Are you insane?
He's a mad person.
You're trying to clean up my OCD? Are you insane? Go see my apartment right now. Try to clean that up. Because I can't figure it out.
So there's a lot of mouse shit that needs cleaning.
I thought you had a housekeeper.
Cleaning up. This is organized chaos right now. I know where everything is at this point.
Don't touch it.
Don't touch anything. Are you
Crazy.
insane?
It's a crazy person going over there. He's lost his mind being here alone for a few days.
Anyway, Fat Tuesday. And then there's a huge rumor that, midnight, man, you just want to be indoors. You don't want to be around when the cleanup crew comes.
When they hose down.
And we're all on balconies like, oh, no, they even shut the balconies down. They don't even want people, watching this whole thing that goes on at midnight. Remember, it was like a whole rumor that was just circulating, and everyone's like, is it midnight soon? Can I get another drink before midnight? Midnight. So then someone calls the strip club we were broadcasting from, the Crazy Horse. By the way, they were great to us. Yes. They were unbelievable to us. And they said that we could go up on that balcony to check up the cleanup crew at midnight, and the cops and the horses. It's this whole spectacle that happens every year, right? So we think we're privileged. We're up at on the balcony of the Crazy Horse, and all of a sudden you see in the distance all this crazy lights, police sirens, and you could see that what looks like mounted, police on horses. You can't really tell yet because it's so far in the distance, but something's coming.
Yeah.
You're like, holy yes. And like we were saying, the Bourbon Street is just a river of people. You can barely move down there.
Yeah.
And slowly but surely this thing comes, and it's the cop cars with their sirens are going, and then you got the state troopers, and then you got the National Guard, it looked like, and the local police, and horses, and then the sanitation department, and dump trucks, and these water sprayers that were like unbelievable.
Yeah, spraying the street down.
They could have used the hoses to take care of that one situation you were talking about earlier, Anthony.
And they used to.
And then it occurs to me that this is just a show, obviously.
Yeah.
It's just a show.
Part of the show.
It's pretty much, a chance to give the cops and everybody that is keeping New Orleans, pretty much under control.
For the most part.
Yeah. It's their way of getting props for what they did all week or whatever.
The last parade.
It's the last parade, basically. Because this incredible thing came by with the horses and the sanitation department and the huge hoses and the cops. And then everyone just went back in the street and started partying after they passed their section of Bourbon Street.
Yeah, you thought they chased everyone away, but no.
I think we missed that, dude. I think when I saw the street the next morning, I saw what Ope saw, which was an absolutely immaculate street.
Yeah.
For it to go from the chaos it was to that cleanliness, something happened.
Yeah.
We missed it. We went to bed a little too early. If we'd have stayed another hour, I bet you would have seen them really hosing it down and chasing people, because there was no reason for it to be that empty.
Yeah.
Unless they really booted everyone.
Jerry in Arizona has a little problem with me, I guess. I would love to.
No problem.
I guarantee he misinterpreted what you said.
Let's go to Jerry in Arizona. Jerry, what's up?
Hey, I want to talk to Anthony about dropping the N-word.
Yeah.
You want to be a real tough guy standing on the balcony there.
I didn't yell it out.
You didn't yell
on
it
the
out,
balcony. I was saying
it.
I was saying it to Jimmy.
Because you're a real tough guy on the radio.
It's not dude.
You didn't go.
Jerry, it's not about. He's not talking about. What he was saying was that was the reaction you had watching it. He was saying that this is his base angry reaction, and that's what he's saying. He's not. We don't throw the word around. Hey, this is what these guys were. That was the reaction you had watching something like that. Right. It was this base rage, and he was being honest about the feeling that you had watching it. That's what he was talking about.
Well, still, even though, man, you said, on the radio, oh, well, that's what they were, and that's what they was acting like. If that's the case, why didn't you guys go down there and, try to break it up?
Jerry.
Jerry,
let me address why we didn't go down there. Because we would have been killed. If we would have went down there to 12 black guys and said, excuse me, I think you're acting like a nigger, I believe we would have been stabbed and beaten to death. Jerry, do you think that's a smart thing to have done?
Okay, now does it matter if it was 12 black guys or 12 white guys? Or
the problem, Jerry, I know what you're saying, but the problem is they were just targeting white. It's amazing how race is looked at in our country. Anthony's talking about an honest reaction for something. We don't run around screaming, hey, look at these niggas. No one was saying that. It was just a reaction from watching it, and he was relaying that reaction, that base reaction.
You want to think of the worst possible way you can describe these people, the way they're acting, and that's it. I'm sorry. That's it.
And, Jerry, let me make something perfectly clear. If it was 12 Girl Scouts down there causing problems, Anthony wouldn't have went down there either. So
yeah, exactly.
He wasn't leaving his spot on the balcony.
Well, Anthony wouldn't have, but Jimmy probably would have.
Dude, if you've listened to this show enough, You know that we don't. We don't talk like that on the air. It's not because we're not allowed to. It's just not the way we think. But in that case, it was just a base rage reaction, and they were targeting people just because they were white. We watched it happening. So it was
I listen to the show all the time. So
you know, that's the first time you've heard that on this show, and it was a description of something that happened 2 nights ago.
Well, he says Ant's tough on the air, but didn't say it in person. You would have to be insane and suicidal to go down there and not even confront them or say anything. Walk past them.
Yeah.
If you're a white guy walking past these guys, you have to be crazy if you knew the situation. We were watching people walk by and just going, oh, no, look at this couple that's coming up. They're done.
Trying to move them with your mind?
Yeah. Please get off the street. Get into the street. Don't walk next to them. Go around. You don't know what you're in for.
But, yeah, see, that's a perfect example when you describe something like that and you give, like, what the honest thought at that moment was.
It is honest.
And people react like, oh, that was a racist. No.
99% of the human population looking at that situation would have thought the same exact goddamn thing. Don't bullshit me. Would have thought the same thing. Why are you going to come up? You're not going to. Oh, I don't want to use that offensive word to describe one of the most offensive scenes you can possibly see.
Can you imagine if that was, and again, it happens in New Orleans all the time. Can you imagine if that was like 12 skinheads down there targeting only black couples and just, grabbing the women and accosting them and punching some of the guys in the face? It would have at least made the papers.
Would have been hate crime. They would have been arrested just like the black guys were.
Yeah.
But you know damn well the charges would have been a little different. It wouldn't have been simple assault or something like that, whatever they dragged that guy in.
Right.
Would have been one of those civil rights cases.
They're not gonna have anything on these guys, though.
No, they won't, because the guy that
pretty much gonna
everyone they hit walked away.
The one guy they may have an assault on. If somebody else saw it, they may be able to get the one guy for a basic assault.
They're probably
just
released
lock him
by
up,
now.
let him go.
Right.
That's it.
Lock him up for 12 to 16 hours, and they're on the street again.
I'm sure he's
how are you
going to
prove
be
it?
a productive member of society somewhere down the line.
Unless someone
sure.
just happened to have a video camera.
Yeah.
It is Mardi Gras. It can show the cops right on the spot. Well, this is exactly what he did. Everything is recorded down there. It's amazing. Henry in Florida. What's up, Henry? All right, thanks for the phone call. It was great. Thanks.
What's wrong with your phone, Henry?
All right, why don't we take a break, Anthony? We're just getting started. We got some great things to get to today, I'll tell you. Got to talk about the couple that are going to wed at Dunkin Donuts. We got to talk about the mermaid baby.
Oh, the mermaid baby. That sounds so cute.
We got to talk about...
You see the picture.
The corpse in the water tank.
Yeah, boil your water, Jersey.
We got to talk about stick 'em up, I have a gub. Stick 'em up, I have a gub. Was Rich Voss trying to rob a bank? It's unbelievable. The guy spelled gun wrong. What else?
I have a gub.
We got to talk about the Golden Gates, 23 miles of gates in Central Park.
Oh, I saw that last night.
Oh.
They're starting to get that together.
Great.
It's going to be in Central Park for a week. Also, Cosby groping chicks. And
is he on a corner in Mardi Gras this weekend?
I went to Mardi Gras. It was great.
Pull your panties down. I'll put some ice cream on it.
I took some Jello pudding and put it in a booty, and then I punched Whitey in the head. Come here, Rudy. Rudy, come here. When this white person walks by, I'm going to knock his hat off. Then I want you to kick him in the balls. Cosby's a class act. Why did you come to this city, Whitey? I'm going to hit him with a pudding pop.
Cosby's groping, yeah.
Yeah, hold on. A cop wants in on this.
All right. I'm a cop, you idiot.
John from PA. What's
John
up, John?
Kimball.
John, go ahead, man.
Yo, what's going on, guys?
What's happening, man?
Great to hear you guys back on the radio.
Right on.
Listen, I'm coming home from work now. I'm a cop right outside of Philly.
Yeah.
You there?
Yeah,
we are here,
We're
sir.
good listeners.
Sorry. You're absolutely right about them charges. If it was a white guy being arrested for that, you're damn right. There would be racial intimidation.
Yep. You can get federal charges put on
assault.
you. You get federal charges put on you when it's some kind of racial hate crime. But if it's blacks against whites, it's not a hate crime. It's just assault.
that, believe it or not, that is the arrogance of the liberal left.
Yeah.
There is this intellectual elitism that liberals have where they feel that, like, well, blacks aren't really capable of that type of thought to have these racially biased crimes. That's why they only hold other whites accountable for racial crimes, because they see other whites as equals, and they feel that they should be held accountable. Right. Blacks are like children. They shouldn't be held accountable. That's the way the liberal left sees it.
The liberal left sees it as white people can make a decision and say, I'm going to do this racial hate crime, and they should be held accountable for it. But they believe black people don't have that in them to be able to make this decision and distinguish that, so you just got to give it to them.
It's a more honest thing for black people just to behave that way, but white people should know better. That is the subtle arrogance of the left.
That's it.
All right. And also we got to talk about Prince Charles getting married.
Hey, well, quite a looker.
Oh, my God. And then our... And then our buddies there that were telling the lawyer jokes, we got an update on that. That's a great little story coming out of Long Island.
One day?
No, we never got to the story, but there's an update on those guys, which is pretty funny and pretty cool. So.
And in closing on that whole thing, white people shouldn't be as angry at situations like that as successful black people who try to better themselves and their people than these animals roaming around the streets like this. Because it really does make things more difficult for black people that just actually work in this society, work with this society, and become successful, raise a family, and just act like you're supposed to act, like everyone is supposed to act. And this just really, that is what really wrecks it for a whole group of people. And I thank you. And I believe in the future this will not be a problem, but it must be overcome now. We must all unite as one people, as Americans, not white Americans, black Americans, or Asian Americans. We all must come together and use this fine country of ours as a group, as one, as Americans. And when you see fights on the corner like that, I know the N-word pops into your head. I know it. Don't lie to me. Maybe Rick can write a song parody about Mardi Gras. Get us all thrown off the air.
Run, Whitey, run.
Run, Whitey, run.
Walk down the street, a fist right through his head.
All right, well, very good, Anthony. Thank you for that. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
As we go to break, a little spoof spot on being a technical virgin.
I've got big plans for my future. A good college, a career, maybe even my own business someday. But one thing I'm not planning on is getting pregnant. That's why I choose anal sex. I mean, sure, it hurts a little, and I wind up walking funny for a day or two. But I think my future's worth it. Anal sex, the smart choice for your future.
Steve the Bear. Steve the Bear. Sweet Steve the Bear. Sweet face, so cozy. We go back to his place and in his cave he shows me his flame hat. I wonder how he can wear that. Wonder how many cubs got caught in his bear trap. His flaming clothes are exotic, homoerotic, and like Steve, it should have never came out the closet. But if you wear it, the sideburns gotta be in good shape. Can't be a cozy bear if your hair don't look great. Steve the Bear. Sweet Steve the Bear.
The Opie and Anthony Show. Sam 202. The Opie and Anthony Show.
The O&A virus spreading across America.
Yeah.
Big hi to everyone that got their radios turned on.
That was the break?
Yeah, that was it, man.
That's all you get, Pally.
Oh, my God. I actually had 3 bites of eggs. I listened to Anthony just talk about, what we don't want to know who they are, and all of a sudden, we're back.
I think
Yeah, we got to hear what Anthony really thinks. You thought it was harsh on the air?
I was reading instant feedback.
Yeah,
it seems some of the listeners didn't quite get my point.
Why don't you read some of the instant feedbacks live on the air there, buddy?
No, but I didn't understand.
Very brutal.
I didn't understand when you were talking about race mixing and you said, and there'll be a mongrel race, and both races will be destroyed, and I will die before I'll yield 1 inch.
I don't remember saying that at all. So hard to just be honest these days, isn't it? Try to put yourself out there. Give an honest appraisal of one man's emotion, watching some scene of racial carnage. And, that's what happens.
Libby from Wisconsin, that's it. Blame the liberal left for everything again. Paranoid much, assholes?
I'm not blaming the liberal left.
And wait, I just want to make something perfectly clear. That's Jim Norton's argument always?
Yes. Not always. It depends. What I'm arguing
always
is hate crimes. When dealing with the hate crime legislation, I'm not blaming the liberal left for anything other than the mentality behind hate crimes and who is prosecuted for them and who is not prosecuted for them.
There you go.
That's who I'm attacking the left for. So again, stop being the typical paranoid left. I'm not attacking you for everything. I'm talking about this. So if you want an instant feedback, call in and we'll discuss it. Stupid.
There you go.
Dope. Nice liberal professor that spoke in Colorado again, too.
Oh, yeah. Nice, right?
Yeah, the left is really a very relevant group.
All right. One more thing about New Orleans. First of all, the airport stinks.
Oh, yeah.
Club Soda Kenny got us to the airport nice and early because everyone was leaving Mardi Gras, I mean, after Fat Tuesday, there's no reason to be anywhere near New Orleans.
Just want to get out.
Until Jazz Week, or whatever they call it, the Jazz Festival, which I think is in May, which a lot of people say is a lot cooler to go to because you got the party atmosphere, but you could kind of move around and
not as many people.
And do some things, and you could, check out some shops and things like that.
Bourbon Street is all just bars and strip clubs. What happens to that the rest of the year?
I guess every weekend, that's the place.
Every weekend becomes like a Mardi
Gras.
Yeah,
like Chippewa Street up there in Buffalo, the same situation.
Really?
Every weekend it just gets crowded and nuts for the locals and for the colleges and for the surrounding areas. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah, but you get on those side streets and you get the cool coffee shops, the little jazz clubs, the nice restaurants,
Not the touristy part.
No, Bourbon Street's all about it's just a booze fest.
Yeah.
And so Kenny gets us to the airport early, and, of course, there's lines like crazy because everyone's, flying out. And you could tell there's a lot of hungover people.
Oh, they looked awful.
And so we check in. We have, like 2 hours before our flight, and there's nothing to do in that airport. I mean, nothing. Yeah. Nowhere to go, nowhere to really eat.
No bar lounge type thing to hang out in?
Nothing. So we're just sitting around and, just killing time. And we got to get Ben for this. He's the only other person I think saw this. We were kind of eating at separate tables here and there. We're spread out. And I saw this guy running through the airport, power booting. Because everyone is hungover, man. Oh. Everyone is hungover. Most of these people probably stayed up all night and went right to the airport.
Yeah.
And I saw this guy running, trying to make it to the bathroom. You saw the guy power booting, right, Ben?
Oh,
this guy was running. He knew he had seconds, and he was trying to find where the bathroom was. He was kind of trying to ask somebody, he was making, sign, yeah.
Then let you puke right here in the airport.
And all of a sudden, he starts booting and booting and booting, and then he puts his hands up to his mouth, and now it's just spraying through his hands. That's how much puke this guy had to get rid of. It was unbelievable. And then, so there's puke all over this one wall. You know the wall there? It was kind of like a cement wall with little flowers.
Yep.
Not flower, like plants on top of it.
Yeah.
And a little, maybe place you could, maybe put your bag down for a second as you look at your airline ticket or whatever. Mm-hmm. And all of a sudden, these two old broads have no idea this guy just ran by power booting all over the wall. Next thing you know, they're just kind of leaning up against the wall, taking a look at their flight info.
And they're going to wonder later,
right.
What is that? I smell vomit.
It was unbelievable.
They're leaning in the guy's puke?
Dude, this guy, it was spraying through his hands. He was trying to keep it in him so bad, and no way.
Worse is being hungover on a travel day. It's the worst thing ever. And that was, I missed that, but I did see the girl in the plane.
I saw that, too. That was disgusting.
We landed at Newark, and we're all, you know how you wait for that cabin door to open up, so everyone gets up in the aisle. They start getting their overhead. And we hear from behind us.
Wait, can I make it perfectly clear, though? It was
Make it perfectly clear.
Sorry, it was because I know what people are going to be thinking here. It was a relatively smooth flight. It really was.
Yeah, no turbulence around. No, this was blatantly hungover.
Yeah,
okay.
I just wanted.
Yeah,
exactly. Go ahead.
And we hear from behind us. Can I get through? Can I get through, please? And everyone kind of looks at the girl, and she's trying to make her way through. She's got her hand up by her mouth, and her hand is kind of wet. And she goes. In that I have something in my mouth sound, she goes. let me see if I could do it with water. Wait a minute.
Oh, I know what you're gonna do.
I'm throwing up.
Oh my God.
I'm throwing up. That was it. Yeah. I'm throwing up. So everyone just like clears the way. She runs to the bathroom. Now for some reason the stewardess. She didn't want to shut the bathroom door. I don't know if there's some kind of regulation about the bathroom door being shut when they're at the gate. I have no idea, but... The stewardess. What?
I think Ope's commenting on the more 1967 vernacular that you're throwing out.
The sexy stew?
No, I was saying it earlier, and he was correcting me, that's all.
Oh.
Flight attendant.
No, they're just steward. He's right.
Stewardess.
They're waitresses.
I want the ones that look like Helen. You know, with the flight cap on, look like Jimmy's
the old
imaginary
frosted beehive hairdo.
Yeah.
Just loving you when no one else does.
The Boeing 707.
They're gay waiters and waitresses in the air.
You're saying that all the flight attendants are gay?
Did you see the guys that were working first class?
You need one of these, sir?
A lot of steam was escaping every time they talked. It was...
Yeah, for some reason, all the flight attendants, male flight attendants, are gay.
And don't tell me, no, dude, I'm a flight attendant, I bang all... Yeah, all right, whatever, dude.
Yeah.
Sure you do.
Sure. All right, you're the guy.
You're the guy that decided I need to get into this profession to bang women. Yeah, okay, I get it. Yeah, because they're not banging the pilots that have the cool jobs, all right? No, between you... serving drinks in first class and the dude that's flying the freaking 2-ton thing across America.
Pilot.
She's gonna decide to bang you at the hotel.
2-ton plane.
I know. How much does it weigh?
Well, I don't know. Probably 500 tons. My car's like 4 tons. Between who are you gonna bang? The flight attendant or Wilbur Wright?
Hey, if he flew in a Sopwith Camel.
Hey,
Yes, the burlap stayed on the wings this time. 2 tons of her.
I had a very good observation, and
a 2-ton plane.
I'm messing up with one.
And the whole weight thing
one
got
stupid
you.
little detail.
Who are you gonna bang? The flight attendant or John Denver here flying the plane?
It is ultralight. All right, I get it. All right, but there you go. But I think these hot, waitresses that take care of you when you fly,
sky waitress, yeah,
sure, are banging the pilots.
Of course,
not you.
Well, the stew, she had for some reason now take a curtain and kind of cover the door.
Yeah, what was that
was
about?
Open. I don't know. She wouldn't shut the bathroom door. I think she wanted to make sure maybe she was okay or something. I had no clue.
I think because the girl dropped to her knees and her legs were such that they couldn't get the door closed.
Oh, very good. I didn't even think of that. And small bathroom. She went on her knees.
And she was just let's use another term. She was just yorking.
She
was just yorking.
I swear to you, and I'm not exaggerating at all, because the door was open. Maybe that's part of it, and the amplification of that little room. It sounded like Pat from Moonachie throwing up his eggnog. We're in the aisle, and you could hear. I mean, everyone was listening, loud and clear, gurgling. Yeah, that's what it sounded like, but more strain to it. Like, that's just running out. She was doing the whole... Well, where, her head was just turning red.
Well, the waitress, she was, like, holding the thing.
Yeah.
And you could tell, she started holding her, like, nose and her mouth, and you could tell she was getting sick.
Oh, a good Mardi Gras puke has to stink to high health. Ugh.
Why don't you take a puke bag? They have them right there in the thing.
Probably filled it up.
No,
this
this
girl
was
puking.
This was another power booter. I mean, that little bag wasn't going to do the job.
Nope,
no way.
She needed a turlet.
And I got to tell you, it got to the point where I do believe there was going to be a chain reaction, and other people were going to start puking because it was getting close, man. Because the smell was starting to waft through where we were, and most of the plane was filled with hungover folks.
Yep. Thank God that door opened. Made my way out. And then because the bathroom door was open still, the pilot couldn't get out. He went to open the door to get out of off the flight deck, and the bathroom door was blocking his exit. So here's a guy, spends, 3 hours flying that 2-ton plane into the airport, and he can't even leave because some rookie is puking in the bathroom.
All this guy wants to do is fill out his paperwork, get into his 30-ounce car, and go home.
I gotta wait till everyone gets off the plane, then he could fold it up, put it in his briefcase, leave.
You know the beauty of it, though? I would guarantee that 25% of our listeners went with it and had no idea
no clue
that a plane might
a little more than 2 tons.
Might weigh a little more than 2 tons, okay? I just want to acknowledge that. All right? There's a bunch of dummies that went with it.
A fully loaded 737-900 weighs 174,200 pounds, or 87.1 tons.
Well, I said 500 tons. I was way off the other direction.
500 tons,
yeah.
You said?
You were more off than I was.
Apparently the pilot was flying Jupiter. What dope I am. Jesus.
I just want to go on record and say that you were more off than I.
Yeah, but the difference between 2 tons and 87 tons...
Yeah, but you went to 500 tons.
Because no one knows what a ton really weighs, but you just know that your car is like 3 tons.
All right, I'm sorry.
87 tons? I thought it'd be heavier than that. That's apparently not.
Relatively speaking, light. Yeah.
Just imagine
737 isn't a very big passenger plane.
Just imagine the power that still just amazes me.
It
the whole
certainly
flying
is
thing.
Amazing.
The whole flying thing.
Yeah, having Pat on there might bring it up a few.
A
few tons extra.
500 if I'm on.
I'm a big guy.
Dennis in Jersey.
1 toe less, though, so I'm a little lighter. My diabetes.
All right.
By the way, you guys had a full airport. I had nobody in the airport. I literally had 1 person in front of me in security.
Really?
I don't know why. I was on the flight before you because of the mix-up. And
it wasn't. It was starting to get crowded. I guarantee by noon it was going to just be a complete nightmare at that airport.
They said early morning was brutal, too, so maybe I got lucky. You guys went
in between?
Yeah, right in between the rush. No one went.
Let's go to Dennis. What's up, Dennis?
Hey, what's up, boys?
Hey.
Great to hear you back on the radio.
I know, because we weren't on the radio the last few days.
What?
Yeah. Right.
No, I mean, just in general.
You mean like it's great to have us back doing regular radio?
Yeah, just to hear.
I hated the shows in New Orleans. Hated.
Opie.
Absolutely hated.
Oh.
Go ahead, Dennis. What's up?
My cousin is a flight attendant for American Airlines, and he met his life partner there on American Airlines. And they're both flight attendants, though.
Of course they are.
Yeah,
the cool thing is, they're both really excited to go see little Jimmy Norton this weekend at the Stress Factory, Eatontown, on Route 35. And you can get more information on that at www.eatabullet.com.
www.worldwidebad.
I'll leave the last one off.
Thanks, man. I think it's 888-541 ha-ha. That's where you can find out about this gay couple. Am I correct?
All right.
That was a great one.
I want
leave the last W off. That's for wavings, you idiot.
I want 1 straight flight attendant to call in and tell me why he got into the profession.
Good luck.
We're not going to find one. Anthony.
Ben from Jersey says, my sister's a flight attendant, but she's as fat as hell, weighs at least 25 pounds. Smart asses.
All right, hold on. This weight thing is taking on a life of its own. Brian the trucker. Go ahead, Brian.
Yeah, how you guys doing?
Good, hey. Brian.
Yeah, I want to agree with Jimmy Norton about the weight of a plane. I was kind of shocked, too, to know that it only weighs 87 tons. An average tractor-trailer weighed out legally is 40 tons, so that's half the weight of a plane. That's crazy.
Yeah, well, tractor-trailer doesn't have to leave the ground.
Well,
that's true, too, but you figure the size and how many people are on it, you wouldn't think,
Yeah, I guess I think that's... maybe 87 tons is right, but I'm going to think that's wrong. I think that's wrong. Apparently,
I think it's wrong, too. Hey, Jimmy, I got one thing for you.
Oh, that ain't going to work.
He didn't even wait.
No. 737 is not a big passenger plane, though.
But you figure like 130 people with fuel and all that stuff. Let's say 777.
Hey, Anthony.
That's big.
Valentine's Day right around the corner.
Oh, wait a minute.
What day are we up to? Isn't it like the 10th? I think Valentine's Day is Monday.
Yes, it is.
For all you people that care out there.
A lot of people care. A lot of people have lovers. Maybe you're a flight attendant. You're a guy, and you want to get your gal. No? Want to get your guy something? Something nice? Nice bear? I got you this for Valentine's Day, sweetie.
A bear's bear.
Thank you. Yeah.
It's
like
the
Steve.
The disappointed father bear.
No, they don't like when we
make up bears.
They don't like when we make up bears.
Oh, okay.
And we could do this better than any other freaking
Oh, I know. Believe me.
show in America.
We have bears going through our head every day.
You want us to sell Vermont teddy bears, you should let us do this our way.
They have plenty of bears. You don't even have to make any up with all the huge selection they'll give you. So Monday. Monday is Valentine's Day. The last thing you want to do is spend the weekend at the mall, right? The mall stinks. We got 3 words for you. Vermont Teddy Bear. Call one of their bear counselors, 1-800-829-BEAR. They're going to help you choose the perfect bear. They'll deliver it right on Valentine's Day, too, with free chocolate and a gift card in their famous Vermont Teddy Bear box. Even better, send her bear to the office on Monday. And when it shows up, she's going to be completely surprised, and all of her coworkers are going to go, "Oh, you have the sweetest boyfriend." It's like a sure thing. Don't even worry about it. Ask about the Love Bandit, the Lover Boy Bear with the tattoo, the Romeo Bear, or the Gangster Love. Vermont Teddy Bear, the only bears handmade in America and guaranteed for life. Best of all, she'll think of you every time she hugs her little bear. Who are you sending one to? Jimmy?
I don't have anyone.
No? Rich Voss, maybe?
Yeah, the speech impediment bear.
Can't make up bears. Hey, make this the best Valentine's Day ever with a gift she'll really love, and always remember, call 1-800-829-BEAR or shop online at VermontTeddyBear.com today. You can send the creative alternative to flowers. That's Vermont Teddy Bear. Valentine's Day delivery guaranteed. That's 1-800-829-BEAR, and tell them Opie and Anthony sent you, okay? Anthony, we might have found a straight flight attendant, Mike from Ohio. Mike, what's going on?
What's happening, Sizzle Dick?
I don't believe it.
What's up, Mike?
I can't help it. I'm a lesbian. I love the ladies.
You're really a flight attendant?
Yes, I am.
And you're really straight?
Yes. Is that amazing or what?
And how many gay guys do you see in your profession? Be honest.
Oh, I probably get hit on by more fags than... It's like working at a flying gay bar.
Really?
Yeah, but... Hey, it's a great job.
So, I mean, do you get... I mean, when the pilots decide they're not going to bang the flight attendants, then you get to try to work these chicks?
It takes some work. Yeah, there's no doubt the pilots get all the pussy.
I don't know if I'm buying it.
I'm not buying it. He doesn't sound the part. This is why they have the gay guys. Because, you don't want a guy like this serving you up there in your airplane. The gay guy's nice. It's all, hey, anything else I could get you? This guy's like, hey, how you doing? Maybe I'll throw your girl one.
Right. Attention to detail.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
All right, Mike. I'm not really buying it that guy is a flight attendant, huh?
Yeah.
Why is no one in here?
I don't know. Maybe because he bought me an apple and I just bit into it, and it should be fired by a Boston cop and a girl. It's like a beanbag.
Oh, wow. Look how bruised it is in the middle.
He's the worst at getting your apples.
Noah?
Why is that?
I do apologize, but you couldn't tell from the outside that it
Where's your cam? Feel it.
All right.
Yeah, Jimmy's not happy.
Feel it. Look at it. Look at that.
Oh, it's brown on the...
Stop spitting it out.
You should have made him stick his hand out and spit it out in his hand.
This is awful.
That is it's brown inside.
You got it from downstairs, right? Yeah. How about this? Arabs bad. No more from the Arab deli downstairs.
I agree.
Their food preparation stinks. They don't care about food because they're strapping bombs to themselves in 20 minutes. Hope I don't get fired for that, MS Radio.
What? What did MS Radio do?
Oh, no. I'm just saying, it's just correct in there.
All right.
We can't support these delis anymore. They're garbage. That's why, by the way, that's why I love Starbucks, and I love these big companies that squash these little faggoty New World Order. I'm all for it. Why? Because the products are better. Starbucks is expensive, but you know what? When you buy food there, it's fresh. When you buy coffee there, it's always freshly made.
I agree.
The coffee prices are getting out of control, though.
No, I know. I don't care what it costs.
It's ridiculous, and they just raised their prices again. It's unbelievable. By the way, I want to thank Noah for dressing normally today. Because we don't have the energy to deal with his faggoty ways today.
Not at all.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
No, it doesn't mean he's a faggot. He has faggoty ways, though.
I just don't want to be sued for a hostile work environment from Human Resources, like an Asian girl who works at Hot 97 may be doing to somebody who was recently fired. I mean, that's just the rumor.
Yeah, she's got a lawyer now, too, huh?
Of course she does.
Yeah, I guess the whole Tsunami morning crew, well, not the whole. They're going back on the radio in a few days, and they're going to come back to huge exposure, huge ratings, a lot of people checking them out.
Yep, you know how that works.
And one of the Asian girls, well, the Asian girl, Miss Info that works on the morning show, she's got a lawyer, and she's not sure if she's going back because it's a hostile work environment, and she might sue and this and that. That is just, where we sit, it's just amazing that this goes on. At a radio station. Sure, your stupid job or whatever with cubicles, I get it. But this is it shouldn't happen.
No.
It shouldn't happen at a radio station ever.
Well, you remember when we were listening to the tape, and just the way Miss Jones and Todd were addressing her. Again, she didn't want to be a part of that bit. That's her prerogative. But you just knew that she's an Asian woman. You show me one Asian woman that has a funny bone in her body. Maybe there's a couple out there. Margaret Cho. I'm not even being I don't mean being racist. It's just I've never met a funny Asian woman.
No.
I'm not saying they're not beautiful, they're not good people, they're not smart. I've never met one that made me laugh or that went with the type of humor that I would find funny.
Okay.
And listening to her, I just don't want to be a part of that. You just knew this bitch is the type that will run Human Resources, and that's what she did.
Yeah.
And by the way, a standing ovation for Opie and Anthony for every time the company suggests bringing a chick in here, you two spit on the contract and say absolutely not.
There is no way a woman is fitting in this environment.
No, I know a lot of guys in this business that have just been, I'm not kidding, more than one. Let's just say a handful of guys that have been sued by their female co-hosts.
Yeah.
They come into this environment, which is kind of, this is pretty much a locker room. We're pretty much broadcasting conversation from a locker room, okay?
There you go.
And the women want to be involved with this, and so every morning show in America hires the stupid morning the girl to do the news and be a kind of a sidekick, and then all of a sudden she hears something that finally she doesn't like, and she goes running to Human Resources, and then there's sexual harassment charges brought on to the male host of the radio program.
Yeah.
Instead of just disliking, like there's been things I've said that you've disagreed with and vice versa. It never occurred to me to run to Human Resources and bellyache about it because I didn't agree with what you said.
Yeah.
But that's that little ace in the hole. Well, I can't get my way, so I'll run to Human Resources and snivel.
And sue. Ooh.
It just makes you want to vomit.
Mm-hmm.
Human Resources. Everything that's wrong with entertainment.
Yeah, because, there's going to be things that are said that if a woman was employed and in here on a daily basis during this show, there's going to be problems. There's going to be problems. And it might not even be during the time everybody's working. But the second the woman quits the job or leaves, then it all comes out. Sure. Then all the laughing was fake because she was forced to, and all that she had to sit through was putting her through hell, and she can't sleep now, and pain and suffering.
One of my best friends in the business had to deal with this for years after one of his female co-hosts left the show and sued for sexual harassment. The nicest guy in the business had to deal with this for years.
Yeah.
For years. It goes on forever. And trust me, the guy did nothing.
And you're called sexist if you say that. If you say you don't want a woman around when it comes to like this type of a show, instead of going, look, that chemistry won't work. Instead of being honest about that, that's sexist and that's not polite. It's like, come on, you can't win. If you have somebody and they're here, the show is going to suffer because they're going to, I did morning radio recently in a place. It was great. The only downside was that there was the woman going, like, the mild objection voice. Sorry, I'm an edgy comic. That's what I do. Sorry.
All the brain surgeons that are in radio think that that's what a show needs. That's why there's every show, there's a woman in there. And they have told us for years, some genius, some consultant, some boss has always said, hey, maybe you could get a woman's point of view in on that. No, it's never going to happen.
No, thank you. Dave in Jersey, what's up? Oh, come on, Dave.
Dave.
No. Hey, by the way, a 747 can weigh up to 435 tons.
Okay, so
There
I
you
said
go.
500 tons.
Very close.
I was thinking 767, 777, both bigger than 747, I believe, capacity-wise. No.
I don't think so.
777 is, no?
No.
Maybe fatter people fly on it.
All right, we're going to do our math, and we'll continue with the Opie and Anthony program.
The Opie and Anthony Show Award for Most Disturbing Phone Call goes to Donkey Sausage.
Do me one favor.
What, Cuddles?
Why don't you get some pork into your studio and have her shit on a plate and put it in the microwave, and then have her roll around in it screaming donkey sausage, donkey sausage.
Raquel?
That would be me.
You want to shit on a plate for us?
Okay.
And then run around saying what? Donkey sausage?
Donkey sausage.
Dude, Jimmy Dean's donkey sauce.
I could do that. I could do that. Donkey sausage! Donkey sausage! Donkey sausage!
I like it. There's something oddly attractive about that.
That's got to be a promo.
The Opie and Anthony Show.
Nice.
10202. The Opie and Anthony Show.
Let's go right to the phones and talk to Jen in Jersey. She wants to defend females, I guess. Jen, what's going on?
Hey, how you guys doing? Hey, Care Bear.
Hi, Angel.
Listen, not all girls are like that. They're gonna fucking file sexual harassment suits and shit.
We know.
Here's the problem with your statement. Not all chicks complain about sexual harassment. I can't come up with one guy that has ever come up with a sexual harassment charge against a fellow employee.
Yeah.
Not one.
No,
I can't think of
totally
one.
hear you.
This is a chick's problem.
One straight guy. Right?
One straight guy, I guess. Yeah, there you go.
Get a few.
Yeah, McGreevy's assistant.
Governor's office, yeah.
That's true. But, I mean, straight guys do not go running and yelling and screaming sexual harassment ever in the workplace.
They're lucky that the fucking girl is like hitting on them.
Yeah, I know what you said. Look, when you get someone like you listen to Miss Jones on the radio, that's a woman who's obviously who you would want on the radio. I mean, she's a ballsy. She's not going to cry and file harassment. That's the type of woman I like on the radio, someone who's like Miss Jones.
And the reality is how these women dress around the workplace.
What is this?
With their hold on a minute, this could get ugly. Hold on, Jen. What happened? There's a bite in it already. What happened?
Wait, what is the apple he gives me?
What is that?
That was the sticker? Yeah. So how did you get the sticker off? I removed it. How'd you remove it? Pulled it off. You pulled the sticker off.
And a plug came out
and
of
there's
it.
a piece of apple missing. It looks like somebody ripped a Band-Aid off and the scab is gone and there's an exposed wound. How did an eighth of an inch of apple come off with the sticker?
I guess I'm just not good at pulling stickers off. I don't know.
Did you?
Not good at pulling stickers off.
I think you picked that out with your fingers. With your fingernail.
That's
didn't
his
you?
fingernail.
There's no way apple comes out with the sticker.
He dug his fingernail in.
Right.
And he pulled it, and a piece of the apple came off. Because
now, be honest. Didn't that happen?
Maybe that happened when I was pulling.
I can't touch my food.
Now you can't eat it.
I can't have
It's contaminated.
But I washed it after.
I don't care if you washed it after. Tom Hanks bled my apple. Here you go. Eat this, fella.
Another one in the garbage
Dude,
bin.
I just
Now,
want
what's
an apple.
that one?
What's that?
I don't know. Eric had that one. I just want a red, crispy apple. Is that so hard?
It is hard.
Here, there's a third apple.
I understand this might not be
There you
apple
go.
season, so it's a little harder to find. Where'd you get the second one at, by the way?
Same place, but I complained this time.
Same place. I can't. It's amazing to me. 30 seconds ago, I complained. I'm sure they took you seriously, too, because Arab males would look at you and go, this is a man to be taken seriously. I heard you're a man to be taken seriously, so I agreed to sit down and discuss mealy apples. Oh, mealy apples is nickel and dimes. Salute, Don Noah. Well, apparently they didn't take you seriously.
Cut that apple in half that Noah just got from the same place. I guarantee it's just as bruised inside.
I hate them.
Take a look inside that apple.
They actually went down to the basement to get that one.
Yeah, that's where they keep the best apples, in the basement of an Arabic establishment. Good idea. That was
right
fantastic.
next to the explosive belts.
Yeah, I understand there's some in Mohammed Atta's bus locker in the Port Authority if you want to get some really delicious Macintosh apples.
They were getting plastic explosives in the middle of those apples in the basement, but decided to sacrifice one for Jim Norton.
We have the good ones downstairs, my friend.
Good apple.
Downstairs, good apple, my friend. Downstairs.
homosexual, blah, blah, blah.
I told him it was rotten, so I said do anything else.
How about this? When someone says don't go there for food anymore, you don't go there for food anymore. At least not for me. Wherever these guys go, I can't have food from that place anymore.
Next one's going to be a grenade painted red.
Oh, my God. And then he digs his fingernail and pulls. How does that happen?
I don't understand.
Dude, you lick the whore's ass.
I'm not saying there are no inconsistencies in this.
And a lousy,
Why?
Oh, all right.
Dude,
I wouldn't, you know something?
Would you want that?
No. If someone's picking their friggin' finger in the apple, no, I wouldn't eat it.
Why
either.
are you asking Howard Hughes?
All right, maybe that's a bad example.
No, it is. I'm probably not the guy to ask about
but
that.
Danny, whenever this is why I like Danny. Whenever I get an apple, it's crispy.
Yeah.
And it's always in a little.
Would you like Danny to go get you an apple?
Look at Danny smiling, beaming with pride over there that he satisfies Jimmy with his apple.
Because he understands. He knows what a crispy apple looks like.
Yeah.
I bet you Noah only goes downstairs. One of the guys downstairs must have juicy lips and a V abs like that little criminal we watched this weekend. That's probably why he goes down there.
Do you want Danny to go get you an apple?
Well, someone's going for coffee. Whoever's going for coffee, I would prefer them to get my apple, but he can't touch it.
Who's this kid?
Oh, he's been here for a while.
Oh, what's your name?
Travis.
Hey, Travis, what's
He's a
up?
nice guy.
Welcome aboard. When did you start? October or something?
January.
Oh, okay.
January?
About a month ago.
Wow.
Oh.
Don't go downstairs and get apples anymore. They're awful and their food stinks. Where'd you get this one? From the same place, but I complained. Wow, way to get things done. Don't go there anymore. Where'd you go? Same place, but I registered a complaint. Really? Did you ask to speak to the manager of the terrorist funneling operation? Did you? Stupid. I bet he shook his finger into the face of that gentleman. That apple was mealy, and I'd like another.
Shut up, you damn asshole.
I'm sure he pulled that apple out of his big, nasty, matted beard.
They went down and found the mealiest apple possible.
Yeah.
Here, faggot!
All right, well, there goes another apple.
Oh, it just drives me nuts. And the eggs, the same place we got the eggs from today. Ope had his eggs and ate 3 of them and threw them out, and I ate some of mine. They're
Yes,
garbage.
Eggs, my friend. We need to support American industry, not these Arab delis that are nothing more than a front funneling cash to terrorist organizations. If Jimmy wants a good old American apple, he should buy it at a good old American store, staffed by Americans.
Good luck finding that establishment.
Yes, and for that, he should drive to Iowa. Because we know no store around here is owned by an American.
Because in New York, Whitey doesn't want to work that hard.
No, not at all. So we have to deal with Arabs and their mealy apples. The worst. Yeah. Thank you.
The delis are awful. They're just awful food people. I'm not saying they don't run good businesses, they're not hard workers.
All right.
When it comes to food preparation, they're an abomination. Because they eat with their fingers in the Middle East. It's in a bowl, and 50 people dig their hands in and just eat and talk in gibberish.
They wipe with the same...
Of course they do, the same hand.
I read that.
It's just awful.
What happened to the German guys that used to own the delicatessens? I remember growing up as a small child, and I believe it was East Northport, Opie. And the corner deli, it was a German gentleman that worked in there. And he was very proud of his product and everything he put into it. He was there. I mean, I don't remember ever going there. It didn't matter what hour of the day it was. He was there making everything, making the Pennsylvania Dutch potato salad. And when you asked for ham and Swiss on a Hero, it was sliced tissue paper thin. And very fresh and nice, and he'd hand it to you with a smile. So what? The little bag had a swastika on it. You can get over things like that if your food's good.
Is that what it said? This was Mengeler's favorite place to eat before he was chased to Austria in 1948.
So what? He'd leave his store, lock the doors, and throw rocks through Jewish businesses on the same strip mall. Kristallnacht. But... The food was fresh, and the apples were crisp. As I remember it in A Small Boy in Warsaw.
All right, let's. That's great. Detroit Auto Walker. I had Ivan Demyanuk was the name I remembered.
Right. There you go.
Of course, but I couldn't get Detroit Auto Worker. And the Detroit Auto Worker named Ivan Demyanuk.
Did you see that jerk?
Yeah.
Auto Wooker.
All right, listen. We were talking about sexual harassment.
We were.
And we were talking about how only women file sexual harassment complaints. What happened?
Pat from Moonachie, and his lampshade had fingerprints on it.
All lampshades have fingerprints on them, stupid, because we touched them.
No, if it's his toe prints, there'd only be 9.
Handprints in it.
High sugar.
What did that mean? His lampshade had fingerprints on it.
I guess it was made out of a hand, skinned hand, and that's probably what Pat from Moonachie meant.
How about this, stupid from Moonachie? His lampshade had fingernails in it.
There
that would have
you
more
go.
implied that there was a hand, fingerprints on it. Like yours doesn't, because it was never touched by human hands.
Lampshade had eyelashes. Something like that.
Yes.
A little more. Well, I tried.
Yeah, lampshade had a tattoo on it. That might more imply that it's
very
skin.
Good too, sure.
But apparently this idiot, no, the lampshade had a light bulb in it.
Did you see that jerk?
Pat. You are the best, Pat.
What an ass.
What do I know?
Lampshade sat on the lamp.
His shoes had gold fillings. What? I forget.
Stupid macadamia nut toes falling off left and right. Can't even wear flip-flops because he comes home with 6 toes. That's why he has to wear shoes, so one falls off, he knows where it is. Creep.
Oh, is that an awful image?
Guy loses toes like Bob Kelly loses cigarette lighters. Fool.
Oh, wow. That's funny. All right, we found a guy that filed a sexual harassment complaint against a woman. Jim, what's up?
Hey, O&A, what's going on?
You tell us.
Hey, Jimmy.
Hello, how are you?
Pretty good. Well, probably the only guy that you know that actually had to file a harassment suit against a female.
Against a female?
Yeah.
What happened?
I was working in an insurance company a couple of years ago, and, this chick kept talking to me and coming into my office, and, I mean, she was cute. I just wasn't into it because I don't do that with people I work with. And she kept bugging me, kept sending me email, and, kept following me to my car when I was getting done work and going home, and I asked her to stop. She wouldn't stop, so finally I just went to HR. And, of course, they turned it around on me, and, of course, the HR representative I spoke to was a female.
Wow.
Imagine that. And she didn't believe me. So, luckily, my friend happened to be one of the guards at the company, and I actually parked in the same exact spot every day because I knew there was a camera on that area of the parking lot. So, after I showed them the thousands of emails she sent me with no replies from me, and the footage of her showing up in my car every day, then they kind of believed me.
Here's the one question I have to ask. How fat was she?
She wasn't fat at all. She was actually, like I said, she was nice. She was cute. I don't do that with people I work with. I did it a couple years before that.
Second question. When are you coming out of the closet?
Did you have a girlfriend?
Yes, I did.
Oh,
and she was very upset by the whole thing.
So he had a girlfriend.
So that was a legit complaint. It happens. We know it happened. We were kind of kidding before. It happens. And I'm sure a lot of the women, or if not maybe most of them, that file the sexual harassment complaint, I'm sure a lot of them are legitimate.
And let me tell you something. That isn't really a workplace sexual harassment thing. That's more like stalking. That's the girl being a stalker. That isn't a guy filing suit because a girl is going around telling off-color jokes.
Right.
Or a girl has a calendar up in her cubicle that offended you as a guy.
Right.
This is a girl that is stalking you that you probably could have called the cops and gotten some result from. This I don't see this as one of these human resources. Girl goes because a guy is saying, hey, honey, or I like the when you wear a short skirt to work. You got nice legs, something like that. This is a stalking thing.
Your complaint was legitimate. And again, I know probably a lot of the women's complaints are legitimate, too. We're not saying that they're not.
It's amazing.
Right.
These women walk around the workplace with their cleavage showing, huge boobs, their legs completely exposed, and we're not supposed to look. Guys are so visual to begin with, and you see this hot piece of ass walking around with half her tits showing, her tiny little skirts, and we're not supposed to look. Are you insane?
Yeah.
And meanwhile,
that's the equivalent of a guy walking around the office in a ball bag for the women. You know what I mean? Seriously. Or with a half shirt so your abs are exposed. You know what I mean? Then maybe the women would understand what's going on here. I mean, you guys come into work with, the button all the way down, the blouse, and the boobs just sticking out. Of course we're looking.
Yep.
And of course we're getting, turned on by that.
And they're wearing it because they want you to look to a certain degree because there's a certain power and control you can have.
Yep.
And I don't mean any woman that wears a skirt wants you to look up. I don't mean that. Well, you know when someone is dressing to be looked at, and yet when you look too much, like the guy with the mohawk, what are you looking at? Well, why are you like that if
You're
you don't
wearing
need to
that,
look at
right.
all? You're right.
There was an instance at XM when we were all there, broadcasting from Washington, where a girl walked by, and Jimmy gave her the up and down. To her back, by the way. She wasn't looking, but gave her, the old heel-to-head look that everyone does when a girl walks by. And in this case, I think it was more so that, oh, my God, how can an ass get that big? It was more of that look than it was, look at what a hot chick that is. But if a girl walks by and she's hot and you give her the up and down and she sees you, she can nail you for sexual harassment because you're somehow looking at her from head to toe, and it's like oogling or something.
Then women should
not allowed to look like that.
Then women should have to cover up completely.
There you go.
I don't want to see that, obviously. I want to see some skin exposed, but if they don't want to be harassed, then they shouldn't be wearing the short skirts. And
dyke wear. Wear dyke wear.
Exactly.
Cover yourself up from chin to toes, and that's it. Because
turtlenecks. Turtlenecks for all women.
Yeah. Because guys, it's an instinctive reaction. If a girl comes quickly around a corner or something like that, you don't have time to think about it, you're going to look at her and do that up and down thing. It could get you thrown out.
Our job as guys, as much as they want to make it all nice in society, is to grab you by the hair and drag you into a cave.
Wow. All the way back to the Stone Age.
But that's the reality of it. It's in our blood to spread seed. Okay?
You don't have the club you hit her over the head with?
That's what we think all day long is to spread our seed.
Our seed.
And that's all we're thinking.
Mm-hmm.
We want to drag you into a closet and spread seed.
Into the copy room.
Are you insane? You can make it all nice. Society could try to, make it all nice for everybody, but that's the reality of it. We're still animals, and we just want to spread seed.
Yeah.
When I looked at that girl, Eric Logan was right there, and Logan goes, dude, boy, you'd be getting a sexual harassment suit if you were down here for long. And they said it's for mentally undressing someone. That's it.
Mentally undressing, right.
Like, it's almost like, Mom, he's looking at me. How do you know what a look is?
Yeah.
Don't look at me. Meanwhile, if you're talking, you don't look up at her. It was a hostile work environment. He wouldn't even look at me when he talked. Bellyacres, shut up.
All right, this
really makes for a great workplace.
Yeah, there's a couple things coming in here. Let's go to Donnie in Island Park. Donnie, what's up?
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Hey.
Yeah, it happened to me last year. I had to file a sexual harassment suit against one of the bosses.
What?
Yeah, we went away. It was a whole bunch of us on a business trip.
This sounds hot already.
People drinking and everything.
Drinking, yeah.
She starts grabbing my ass, starts grabbing my balls and everything in front of everyone.
Really?
She took this on for like 3 days. We would go by the pool and everything. She starts touching, playing my nipples and everything. So I don't say anything. I'm not going to say anything. I'm not like that. Some guy complained to one of the bigger bosses, and they called me up on the phone. It was like a big deal.
Oh, bigger bosses. Okay.
Yeah.
But you said something else.
So they put me on the spot. So then they asked me all these questions and everything, and I said, yeah, she touched me and everything.
She touched me.
So then I had to go to HR, and I had to, in all full details, what happened.
I've never acknowledged that HR even exists.
They don't exist as far as I'm
concerned. I have never acknowledged. Anthony and I worked for WNEW and Infinity Broadcasting for 6 years before we did what we did. I didn't even acknowledge the HR person. Nope. I didn't even fill out the paperwork. I said, nope, send it to our agent. I will not even acknowledge that you exist.
Yep.
Oh, it gets even better.
Because I didn't get into radio to start, hanging out in a regular, work environment.
The workplace.
She was married, too. And she used to tell me sick things. She used to be like, I can't bang you because that's cheating on my husband, but I could give you a blowjob.
Ooh. Are they still hiring, by the way? It's like a fine company.
Yeah, no doubt, man. You want our sympathy? We're like, tell us more. All right, thanks, Donnie.
No problem.
Let's move on to Jen in Oklahoma. Jen, what's up?
Hey, what's up? How you guys doing?
Doing good, Jen. What's up?
Well, I used to work at a prison with my husband, and when we first started working there, they said, be careful, like, when you change shifts, don't give each other goodbye kisses or hugs, because right before we started working there, a lady actually filed sexual harassment charges on a couple who was telling each other goodbye after a shift change.
A couple is saying goodbye to each other, and another person, another party...
yeah, a woman filed sexual harassment charges on him. Basically, she was jealous because she had the hots for the guy, and he was married, and she couldn't hook up with him.
And this is in a prison, by the way.
Yeah. Well, what's really funny about it is, like, a month later, the lady got fired because she got caught having sex with an inmate.
God, that sounds like it happens all the time. Screw the sexual harassment stuff. I'm hearing that, like, inmates are banging the workers in the prisons all the time.
Prison sex. What do you do, back that ass up to the bars? Yep. Oh, man.
How hot is that?
That's animalistic.
I watched 6 women get walked out of a prison. I worked there for a year, and 6 women got walked out for having sex with inmates.
Yeah.
Wow.
All right. Thank you, Jen.
A desperate woman. That is some desperation.
I don't know about that. That's kind of like being a kid in a candy store. I mean, if you're a woman and you see all these 3,000 guys, I mean, why wouldn't you pick one to...
Probably big fat asses backing up to those bars, though. But the guys don't care, That's what I'm saying. It's probably the desperate women that can't just go out on their own and really pick up some...
I don't know if it's desperate. It might be just their turn-on.
Now, that's the fantasy and the guy thinking that it's a turn-on. I think it's some slobs.
It might be the girl's, it might be her turn-on, man.
Yeah?
Yeah, she might be able to get whoever she wants in the real world, but for some reason, this is just one of those things that just drives her nuts.
You'd like to think that. I'm going to opt for the slob, backing that sloppy ass up against those bars.
What do you think, Jimmy?
Crispy apple.
Well, that's all he cares about.
Eric, by the way, gave me his apple.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, listen.
Oh, that's crispy.
Sounds a little soft over there.
No, that's so juicy that... Well, very good. That it made kind of a...
But I registered a complaint.
Oh.
They were going to throw me down and rape me in the yard, but I registered a complaint with the guards.
He did say register a complaint, right? What, do you have to fill out paperwork?
Yeah.
Yeah. Ask him how he registered a complaint. Because now I need to know.
As he picks the label off of your apple, leaving a divot. Looked like it was up on Opie's sink all night. Got little mouse bites in it.
By the way, no mice.
No mice?
10 days or whatever it's been. Noah, how did you register a complaint?
Oh, I didn't register a complaint. I just complained that it was a rotten apple.
What did you say? Give us it exactly like it was said in the same fashion you said
Why don't we do some acting here?
Little theater, improvisational
Yeah, do we have
theater.
one of those apples? Do we have something that could be a stand-in for an apple?
Check the garbage. There's a few in there.
Yeah.
Get one of the ones that isn't broken. Okay, there's the bad apple.
All right, let's say
Anthony
that's
is the guy behind the counter.
Yes.
Okay.
Here, come in the studio. Make believe you're coming in.
All right.
All right?
All
So
right.
here comes Noah.
I'm at the register.
Who dressed normally today, by the way, thank
Akbar.
God.
Yes, Akbar. We will blow up the embassy at... yes, a customer. Yes, my friend.
I just bought an apple from your store.
Yes, good apple, my friend, yes.
And it was rotten. I was wondering if you have any other better ones.
Rotten apple? Get faggot. Get out of my store.
That's all you did?
You said there's a rotten apple, so you didn't say, excuse me, you're selling rotten apples?
I said I just bought a rotten apple.
I just bought a rotten apple.
From your store. Do you have any fresh ones?
Did you say that you didn't want that one rotten apple to spoil the whole bunch? You idiot. Hey, so what you basically did is said, I'd like to register a complaint. You gave me a rotten apple. How about handing me another one so I can dig my fingernails into it and then hand it to someone and they can eat it? Thank you. It's a fantastic system. Waiter, there's a fly in my soup. All right, well, here's a dead vermin. Here, enjoy. Boy, you really know how to get things done. Customer service. Maven, you are.
Yeah, you're not really... you're not scoring any points with Jimmy there.
Oh, I just want my apples to be crisp. Where do you get your apples from, Eric?
Costco.
Where's Costco? All right, so they do exist. There is a crispy apples that can be bought.
Mm-hmm.
Just apparently the downstairs doesn't have it.
All right, why don't we take a break?
All right.
Speaking of sexual harassment, this little thing we like to play from time to time.
You hear about sexual harassment on TV, and it makes the headlines in newspapers. As an employee, what do you need to know about it? First, sexual harassment is against the law. And it's against your company's policy. So what is sexual harassment?
Linda, you are doing a fine job here.
Oh, well, thank you, Steve.
But you know, you might try dressing a little sexier at work.
I'm sorry?
I mean, we're talking about your job here.
There may be physical harassment.
Wow. You really tense today, Nancy.
Ow, Bill.
Sorry. You looked really tense.
No, I really don't like it when you do that. Can you please stop?
I'll never stop, Nancy. Never.
In some instances, the harassment may be verbal.
Word around the office is you've got a fat cock.
Yes, I do.
I've got a fat cock, too. Maybe we should rub our fat cocks together sometime. Maybe a little oil. 2 fat cocks. Together. Oil.
It might be visual harassment, such as derogatory posters, cartoons, or drawings.
Sexual harassment is not always about sex. It may be the result of a power struggle between a manager and a subordinate.
Man, I could go for a power fuck right now.
Change is slow, and what was acceptable in common behavior years ago can now be sexual harassment.
Smells like vagina in here. Excuse me? Smells like fresh vagina in here.
Are you talking about my vagina?
Maybe.
Everyone wants to be treated fairly and with respect. Treat your coworkers with the courtesy and respect that you want for yourself. It's your company's policy, and it's the law.
From O&A Pictures comes a true story of one man's pain.
It does hurt.
And a family torn apart.
And it makes you feel really funny right after it happens.
The War of the Kumias.
I had the yelling parents, too, growing up until they got divorced. And it was just, you know. And then you'd see, like, the old man would take the plate full of spaghetti and throw it, and it would hit, like, the wall next to the phone. And you're sitting there horrified watching the spaghetti slowly go down the wall. Oh, and the horrified kids.
Did Dad actually leave after the fights?
Yeah, a lot of times, sure. And then, you know, you'd be able to go to sleep because the yelling would stop. First, Mom would have to wind down a little. You know, even after Dad left, she's still going.
Eat that shit like I need a fucking hole in the
I'm
head.
trying to sleep. He's gone.
Son of a bitch.
Shut up.
Come in here and
Shut up.
That way, is that?
Oh, God, he's been gone a half hour.
When would he come back? The next day?
Yeah, like the next day. You know, they'd be sitting down watching, like, Ronan Martin's laughing. Everything was fine. You know, and then out of nowhere, you'd hear the rumbling. You'd be in bed, and you'd hear, like... And then you hear from the kids' room. Can't you two just shut the fuck up for, like, one night? And then we were pretty young, so, you know, we got, you know, called into the room, and Mom sits down and goes... Me and your father, I want you to know, and I want you to know it has nothing to do with you. We're divorced. Oh, okay. Could I go out and play now? How's this going to change my life? Does this mean I don't have to listen to... Oh, it does? Okay. So it's a good thing. Great. Well, thank you for staying together for so long and really, like, torturing us. You couldn't have pulled this one, like, 5 years ago?
That fucking asshole.
When maybe we couldn't remember as much and didn't have to listen to the yelling and screaming.
That way, is that...
Here's an idea, Pop. There you go. Right back into the Huntington boat ramp. Give that a whirl.
The War of the Kumias.
You gotta figure you're gonna just sit there disgusted having to listen to this crap.
In Anthony.
XM 202.
And we're back with the Opie and Anthony program. There's so much to do, and we haven't done anything yet. Nothing.
We've had some interesting chats.
No, I know. It's been a lot of fun, but I guess that's a sign that we're having a good radio show. Yeah. So I'm looking at the front page of the New York Post.
Yeah.
It's a paper, I guess, in New York. It's a tabloid, really.
Yeah,
it's not much better than like National Enquirer or
Weekly World News. Because what do you? Let me just. Well, you already know, but what do you think the headline should be today? The front page of the paper. Front page of the paper today. What's the
like?
Big
You
news
wake
story?
up. You go to your corner store or wherever you get your newspaper. What do you expect to see as the big story today? Now that you've been awake a while and you've seen what's going on TV and things like that.
Big national story, maybe?
Just,
I don't know, Iran's nuclear program? I don't know, that's kind of a big one.
Well, I was thinking on the same lines as you. North Korea announces it has nuclear weapons. They're finally admitting that they do have nuclear weapons. I think that would be something that maybe people should need to know.
Sure.
Right?
Sure.
If you want to go with something that's worldwide and interesting to people, maybe the fact that Prince Charles is marrying some hag.
Yeah.
Marrying his old hag there.
Ugh.
But no, the New York Post has mystery pop star wigs out. They're the worst.
Mystery pop star wigs out.
This is a big day for news. There's just a lot of stories in the paper. I mean, they found a lady dead in a water tank.
Water treatment.
Maybe that should be the front page of the New York paper, considering that a lot of people in Jersey are drinking water today, and maybe they should know that where they're getting their water from. There was a dead lady there. But no, mystery pop star wigs out, and it's a picture of obviously Britney Spears, but they're trying to say it's a mystery pop star, and the wigging out part is the fact that she was just wearing a short brown wig. That's it. They got pictures of her walking a beach with a short brown wig.
That's it.
That's the big story, according to the New York Post today. Mystery pop star wigs out. Nah. We don't need to talk about that North Korea has all these nuclear weapons and they're out of their effing minds over there.
What we might do about it as a country.
We don't need to talk about Iran and what they're doing behind our backs.
No.
Everyone wants to know that Britney Spears is walking around in a short brown wig, everybody.
The fact that after some short diplomacy, we'll probably launch a preemptive strike against some of their nuclear bomb-making facilities. That'll be nice. Let's get an 18-fronted war going in the Middle East.
And now we got Joe from New Jersey. He has the headline, by the way. Go ahead, Joe.
Yeah, I got a different post than you guys got because got nukes.
Wow. Your phone just effed up your great line.
Screwed up your joke, my friend.
I stink.
Well, say it again. No one heard it.
No, he was going to say, the post line says, Gooks got nukes.
Gooks got nukes.
But just as he was saying Gooks, his phone went... That would be the Post's headline, though. No, it wouldn't. They get silly, but they don't get racist.
Well, I don't know.
So what do you think of Prince Charles marrying that old hag that he's been hanging out with forever?
I don't know why he's bothering getting married again. Is there any reason, any royal reason for him to get married? I know sometimes these guys are forced into marriages. Sometimes it's to prove they're not gay. Sometimes it's, to have kids, like he did with Diane. It was one of those things, he just needed to have an heir. But why is he getting married now? There has to be a reason. He's not just he's the prince,
Mm-hmm.
And why is he marrying her?
Well, he wants to make it official. He's been hanging out with her his whole life.
So, but do you think it's
He was hanging
family
out.
pressure? Like, oh, you
Better wed this woman. We can't have you seen walking around with her out of wedlock.
something like that? Because this guy doesn't want to be married. He never did. I can't see him wanting to now.
Well, you were saying in the office that he's gay.
A lot of rumor and speculation over the years that he was gay, and that might be the reason he's getting remarried again. You know, he married Diana.
I don't
to,
necessarily
have kids
disagree with you because, yeah, all right, because you look at Lady Di and then, what's her name? Princess Bowles?
I've been calling her Diana because I don't want to say Lady Di. Ugh.
Oh, yeah.
Conjure that nasty image.
Well, Lady Diana.
Yes,
and
Lady
then,
Diana.
And the old hag he's marrying, that's Camilla Parker
Bowles.
Bowles or something like that.
Bowles.
Camilla Parker Bowles. What's her name? That English whore. Camilla Parker Bowles.
You're not thinking that he's thinking beauty's on the inside because, I mean,
No.
come on. You look at the two, and he really wanted the Camille chick all along.
Yeah.
But he had the kids with Lady Diana, right?
She probably, she's good at something. Maybe cleaning the house, maybe taking care of them.
Maybe she gives a mean BJ.
Oh.
The ugly ones and the fat chicks try a little harder.
Try a little harder, perhaps. Maybe that's it. But, no, maybe it's, family pressure saying, you can't just waltz around with this broad. So he's hooking up. God bless him. Have fun. But, you're the prince over there. You could probably get some really nice chippy or something. And hey, look at us. Perhaps it's love.
And he chooses the ugliest woman in the kingdom.
Yeah.
Well,
his son will show up to the wedding with a little Nazi uniform on.
Well, Anthony,
Give him a little salute.
Speaking of weddings, where's the Dunkin Donuts story? This what?
Love comes in all sizes.
It sure does. Oh, brother. Throw crawlers, not rice.
Oh, throw crawlers, not rice.
Wedding,
Ho, ho.
Wedding at Dunkin Donuts, everybody.
Get married.
Throw crawlers, fish.
When John Townsend...
Throw toes.
When John Townsend marries Michelle Serrao, this morning they get married, Anthony.
Oh.
She'll have her choice of rings. Plain chocolate or vanilla, with or without sprinkles.
Did you see that jerk?
God, I gotta tell you, the Daily News, they have the best comedy writers.
Engagement ring, wedding ring, and the suffering. Great rings.
Oh,
marriage.
boy. They're just terrific, aren't they? Oh, they're the best. Oh, boy. Ugh. The New Jersey Sweethearts are planning to have a coffee and nuptials ceremony outside of Dunkin Donuts in Hackensack.
Ah, that's
courtesy of the pastry
romantic
chain, which has thrown in a free honeymoon in the Bahamas.
How much attention do you need that you have to get married at Dunkin'
Married
Donuts?
at Dunkin' Donuts.
They won a Best Proposal Story contest held by the Donut Dynasty.
Ah. What's their best proposal story?
On the second anniversary of their meeting last October, Townsend gave Serrario 3 boxes, each with a photo representing their past, present, and future. The last box contained a picture of him holding a "Will You Marry Me" banner. Ugh. That was the best one they could come up with?
I wish there was a picture in a fourth box of both of them being killed in a drunk driving wreck.
What about driving up to Massachusetts in a Volkswagen with no heat? That's a good proposal story. With an $80 ring
and tears in your eyes
from Penn Station. And that win
with tears in your eyes, knowing it's just not going to get any better than this, so I might as well.
3 photos, past, present, and me forking over hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
Me happy, me sad, me broke. Oh, yeah. We got married at the Jack Daniels facility.
We're pretty non-traditional, says the bride.
Oh,
I
sure.
get married by Elvis in Vegas.
If
so
by non-traditional, they mean fat.
So a pink and orange wedding is no problem.
Are they fat, Ope?
Of course they
They're
are.
huge.
Married at Dunkin' Donuts.
You know how fat she is? She's wearing black, and you can see her belly.
Yep.
Black
She's
is supposed
huge.
to cover a world of hurt. In this picture, which is a black and white photo, and she's wearing a black, long T-shirt with another shirt over it,
Yeah.
You could see her belly through the black. Look at that. That's fat.
Anyway, we can get these fat pigs on the phone.
They're probably.
Can we try to get them on the phone?
They're probably faithful listeners of the program.
I'm now big fans.
Jersey, from what I know, everyone in Jersey listens to this show.
Yeah, everyone in Jersey listens, and
even a Monarchy.
And what else are they going to do but listen to this awful program and get their daily dose of humor?
Now they're going to go home and get to work on making some munchkins.
That's terrific. That's terrific.
Oh, boy, after the wedding night, her back's going to look like a Boston cream donut inside.
That's terrific.
Oh,
That's
sorry.
terrific.
Not tonight, dear. I'm jelly.
Or maybe, I hope he doesn't have warts, because she'll go, one of those will go, they're just flesh-colored sprinkles.
That'd be good. All people waiting out in front to throw hot coffee in their face as they walk out.
Oh, my God. This story just gets more and more awful. She also liked the idea of staying properly caffeinated for the big event, particularly since she knew she'd be up into the wee hours of the morning to primp up for the big occasion.
Taking some good Dunkin Donuts coffee dumps. Oh, that and a fat ass. Sorry, dear. Did they say where they met? Was it at a Dunkin Donuts? Is that why they're doing this? Think of 1,000 other places to get married than a Dunkin Donuts.
Absolutely. I'd rather get married at the deli downstairs. and at the end, instead of like rice, they could throw mealy apples at me and my wife.
Congratulations, my friend. It's going to be a pink and orange wedding, and they got like these pink lights. So one thing people don't realize is that pink lighting is key. It makes everyone look young. And another cool thing is that you'll definitely find munchkins among the flowers.
Ugh.
Let's see.
What a romantic, lovely story that is. I wish him the best.
Is someone looking them up?
Oh,
cool.
Okay. Nothing else.
Bahamas?
Yeah, then they get the honeymoon in the Bahamas.
Poor bastard's got to sit in the flight between those two.
Can we get to a hot story?
Why do you want to send two big fat slobs down to a beach area? How about like
great?
Juneau, Alaska?
Somewhere
Moscow?
Where they can bundle up Siberia.
The back half of the moon. Congratulations. Stand here and finally fit in, you planetary monstrosities.
Oh, goddamn, that's good. You want a hot story?
Yeah, well, I'm trying to find my hot teen news
yeah.
intro. We haven't done hot teen news in a while.
Forgot about that.
Opie and Anthony's Hot Teen News.
Anthony, a story everybody's talking about today. Elementary teacher accused of having sex with boy 13.
Ooh.
An elementary school teacher has been charged with having sex with one of her students, a 13-year-old boy, at his home and at school.
You will be molested.
Pamela Turner, 27, was charged Monday with 15 counts of sexual battery by an authority figure and 13 counts of statutory rape for acts between November and January. Turner, who teaches physical education at the elementary school, lived at the boy's house for a brief period of time when she was moving.
Lived there?
Yeah.
She lived at the house?
When she was moving from residence to residence. Yes, Anthony.
That's great. The parents will have that guilt now that they let her in.
The boy's parents did not know anything about the relationship. She could get up to 100 years in prison for this, Anthony.
100 years? What'd she do?
She's free in lieu of $50,000 bond.
Time of your life, kid.
Turner's husband filed for divorce in January, alleging inappropriate marital conduct. So there you go. I saw a picture of this lady. Wow.
Yeah, she's a hottie.
Let me tell you something. If I was 13 and that was my teacher and she was molesting me, I'd have no problem with it.
It's one of those...
Absolutely no problem with it. Dude, how many boners were you getting at 13?
Just one continuous
Over and over again. You got this making moves on you?
I'm looking at... here's the one from, like, last year. Deborah Lefebvre. Remember her?
Yeah.
Look at her. She's got the blonde hair, blue
She's
eyes.
Cute.
Very hot. She's one from last year. Again, banging some kid who was a 14-year-old. She was 24. Very hot. Now we got this one. Look at her. She's got that blonde hair. She's another hottie.
She's beautiful.
How about the sexy one that was having like hooked up with the 8-year-old black kid in Long Island or wherever?
Oh, yeah, another one.
She was a cute blonde, too.
Yeah. There's something going on there.
See, sex with an 8-year-old, awful, obviously.
You're not getting around that one.
No, awful. But, I mean, I remember being 13. It was all about just popping boners. The wind blew, you're popping a boner, and you got this hot 27-year-old teacher.
Living at your house.
And something's going on. I'm not going to be scarred for life. I'm just not.
Had that happen. The parents went out one night. She's there watching the 13-year-old. That happened. A couple of drinks, maybe. Don't tell your parents. Ooh. Little watching the movie. Get a little close on the couch, maybe. She puts her hand over, starts rubbing. Uh-oh, now there's trouble. Grabs on. Boing. It's over. These things never last long either. You ever notice? They had sex from like November to January because they can never keep it under wraps.
No, the kid can't.
Kid can't, of course. He's going out telling everybody. Telling everyone.
Yeah, I remember being like 12, 13, and I was at my grandma's beach house at...
Uh-oh.
No, nothing bad. But it's kind of similar. At a little beach house where the family went and stuff, and my Uncle Tommy was about... I guess 10 to 12 years older than me, whatever.
Uh-oh, this is sounding bad.
No.
I don't even know where it's going.
No, but he was a big partier, and he always had chicks around and this and that. I'm just a scrawny 13-year-old, and I had a crush on one of his, friends.
Yeah.
At the time, I thought she was a hot piece of ass. I'd love to see a picture now. Maybe she wasn't. And thinking the whole time, I have a shot. And I'm 13. She had to be 23 to 25 years old. And
really?
I would have easily had no problem with that.
Yeah, at that age, you're all full of hormones, just raging. There was this guy in California named Jimmy Jackson, and he had a wife named Patty, and he was going out one day, and I guess she was about 25 years old when I was 13, around that age. And he was going to a horse auction up in Chino, California. So he leaves, drives away, and I'm there running the rent string. I was the wrangler, Opie, the wrangler. I had to wrangle the horses. So he left, but I didn't know this. He had gone down the road, walked back up, gone into the bedroom closet. Now, I went back into the house, and now Patty, I hear from the bedroom, going, Anthony, could you come in here? And I'm like, that's a little odd. So I go in, and Patty is sitting there nude with the sheets pulled up. And her breasts exposed.
That was Buzz.
I know. It's a very similar story. But she goes, why don't you come in? And I'm like, no, because I knew Jimmy. He's like a madman. Guns all over the place and stuff. I'm not going to say I didn't think about it, but I actually had to restrain and say, no, I can't and I'm not. And it's a good thing I didn't because it was all a big joke. Jimmy was in the closet with a shotgun, and he bust out of it and was like, what are you doing in the bedroom with my wife? But the joke didn't play out because I didn't go along with it. And if I did, I would have crapped myself all over that bed. Just crapped myself.
But they were just trying to get you.
They were trying to get me.
That is sick and twisted.
Oh, it's
That's
stuff
worse
that used
than
to
like
go on
the Manson family.
Used to go on out there all the time. This is the same guy that decided it would be funny to weld together one afternoon a Roman chariot and hitch it up to a horse and ride it down Main Street. The horse went crazy, ran between two parked cars. The chariot just stopped dead, and the horse ran right into a storefront.
You guys had the best drugs out there in
It was just
California.
everybody was drunk and having sex and shooting guns out there. That was pretty much what life was on a daily basis.
What a sick setup if you're a kid. She's in the bedroom naked, come in here, and the husband is waiting in the closet with a shotgun to jump out and say, ha, 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 we got you.
Another woman, she had to be in her 20s also, this Injun, a squaw. She invited me to come around back by where the hay was and take a roll in the hay with her. And her husband, who was there at the time also, drunk off his ass, he was like, remember the Indian in 48 Hours that hung out with Gans?
Yeah, sure.
That crazy Indian looked and sounded just like him.
Billy Bob.
Billy Bob, yeah. And had the big knife on him, too. And all I could think of was, this guy's just going to skin me alive if he caught me. So, again, I had to turn it down. But as a kid that age, To have to turn it to have to worry about your own safety, to have to turn these things down, is crazy, insane, nuts.
That's nuts. When we get back, can you tell the story of the dead horse?
Oh, yeah, that's a quickie, sure.
That's a good little story, too.
Another Jimmy Jackson story.
Hey, Anthony, Valentine's Day right around the corner. I guess it's Monday, huh?
Yes.
Okay, guys, it's Thursday and Valentine's Day is on Monday. Yeah, it says it right here. Thank you. This is idiot-proof. I like that. The last thing you want to do is spend your weekend at the mall, right? Well, we've got 3 words for you. Vermont Teddy Bear. Call one of their bear counselors at 1-800-829-BEAR, and they'll help you choose the perfect bear. They'll deliver right on Valentine's Day for you with free chocolate and a gift card in their famous box. Even better, send her bear to the office on Monday, and when it arrives, she'll be completely surprised, and all of her coworkers will think you're the greatest guy. It's a sure thing, guys. Some of the bears, Anthony, you got a few over there?
Of course. What do you want, the Love Bandit bear? The Lover Boy bear with the tattoo on it? You got the Romeo bear or the Gangster Love bear?
Not to be confused with the Ramon bear.
Don't make up bears.
Oh, yeah.
Vermont Teddy Bear, the only bears handmade in America. And they're guaranteed for life. Best of all, she'll think of you every time she hugs her little bear. Make this the best Valentine's Day ever. With a gift she'll really love, and always remember, call 1-800-829-BEAR. Or you could shop online, VermontTeddyBear.com. Send the creative alternative to flowers. Valentine's Day delivery is guaranteed. It's 1-800-829-BEAR.
And tell them Opie and Anthony sent you?
Yes, do that.
All right. Oops. This was supposed to be queued up. You were talking about wedding proposals and stuff, so
yeah.
A little something as we go to break here. Oh, I thought this thing was queuing up again.
Q. Eric to the rescue, hitting it. Is that what you did while we were gone? Just hit the equipment?
This is a brand new CD player. They were all proud that was finally installed, remember? Because we were bitching about the CD
player.
Oh,
good. All right, bravo. It's working well.
We can't even...
Ben, quick, smack your hog against it.
That's great. Well...
Yeah. Hey, why don't you bend over and fix that thing? Yeah.
It is just weird. This studio has gremlins like I've never seen before at a radio station.
Hold on, Mars is here.
Yeah, Mars. Maybe
Mars.
Maybe it was my fault. I don't know. Maybe I placed the CD in the wrong way.
What did you do?
I don't know.
Snap it in half first?
Mars, just give me the word and I'll take care of the situation.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, boy. All right, there you
Anything? Go. Oh, it came out?
Yeah, let's try it again.
Give it another try. Totally forgot what we were talking about or segueing into. But oh, Jesus, Opie.
Oh, well.
Jesus Christ.
Looks like we need another one.
What did you do?
CD player 2.
Wait a minute. Mars, you know that shouldn't have broke.
You slammed the thing shut, though.
Yeah, normally you should be able to close it with the heel of your foot and not have it break. Surprise.
That's delicate stuff, the CD door. It's the little tray that slides out with the CD in it.
Well, we need another little tray.
Did the tray snap? I can't see.
I can't believe you broke that 10-ton CD player just by...
All right, well. Sorry, Mars. You saw it, though, because I don't want Washington yelling at me.
Get your ass to Mars.
That shouldn't have broke.
You're getting married.
No.
Here's Anthony from the Opie and Anthony Show to help you plan the perfect wedding.
I'm talking to you. Are you listening?
First, you must carefully choose a wedding ring for your gal.
I went into one of those jewelry stores in Penn Station, and I think I spent $300 on it.
Right. Well, you should also make sure your betrothed gets along with your dear, sweet mother.
Your son is a scumbag.
Maybe not. Your wedding night, on the other hand, should be a magical one.
I believe I laid there looking at the ceiling with tears of regret and sorrow rolling down the sides of my face.
Just follow these simple steps and you'll have the perfect wedding. Just like I got nothing.
I was shocked. I was horrified. I was broke. Hopeless. What did I get myself into? It only took 9.5 years for me to leave. Never marry a wife. I was a broken, beaten man. And I had been married for 6 hours.
State of the Union. Gas prices going up again. The Opie and Anthony Show on XM. Poop goes the weasel. Ramon, give me your sleeve.
Opie and Anthony Show. XM 202.
Still to come on the Opie and Anthony program, Starker Patty coming in to try out to be our news person.
Great. Oh, fantastic.
I guess she wrote up some stories and everything.
The Indian from 48 Hours is Billy Bear.
Yes. Billy Bear.
Not as we said, Billy Bear Thornton, I think his name is. Yeah, we were saying Billy Bob. Thank you, Fan Dick from Whackback.
Chester wants to register a complaint.
Chester?
Go ahead, Chester.
Hello, Chester. I've missed you so much.
Hey, guys,
the
what's
kick
going
in
on?
the side.
What's up, Chester?
Not a whole lot. I got a little bit of a problem here. I got 2 radios.
Yeah.
So I'm paying 14 cents a day for your guys' outstanding program.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'll agree Mardi Gras kind of sucked, but it was funny anyways. But, okay, 14 cents a day, and I got to listen to advertisements on a paid service.
Oh, boy.
That's a little weird. I got to be honest with you. It's a little strange.
I mean, if you
especially
guys
because
were
we're on a premium channel.
Non-paid channel, I wouldn't have a problem with it.
Oh, you wouldn't?
No.
If we weren't on a pay channel and they played commercials, you wouldn't have a problem with that.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Cool.
But
remember you said
I
that.
can't see it. It makes no sense to me. I mean, we're paying for your channel. We're paying to hear Opie and Anthony.
Yep.
Not.
We're paying for it. You buy the teddy bear.
Well, there's nothing wrong with the Vermont teddy bears. I bought
We
my
love Vermont
wife
teddy
one
bear.
last Christmas.
Oh, she loved it, right?
Yes, she did.
Yeah.
All right. Thank
But
you, Chester.
I don't want to hear advertisements on a pace.
Well, I'll tell you what happened, Chester. I demanded more money or I was going to walk off the program.
Yep.
And they said, what can we do? And they said, let's put a few commercials on. The listeners should enjoy
Pay
that.
for Jimmy Norton.
So you can blame Jimmy Norton.
Well,
You know what?
Jimmy's a bum.
They're listening to you loud and clear down there in Washington, so thanks for registering your complaint.
Yes.
All right? A couple things. Norton, the old guys got off.
Good.
The old guys?
Yeah, this is a great story. Good gag rule. Jury clears lawyer joke duo. These 2 old curmudgeons from Long Island. From Huntington, actually.
Ah, your hometown.
This is great. A couple of jokers from Long Island got the last laugh yesterday after a grand jury
Joker's last laugh.
Grand jury.
Dismissed charges they had caused a disturbance when they told lawyer jokes in front of an attorney.
Yeah.
This is great. Harvey, 70, testified before the grand jury that he was expressing his First Amendment rights when he shared a few choice judicial gags with his friend Carl.
Of course he was.
As they stood online last month waiting to get into the Nassau County County Courthouse. Basically, they're waiting, to go through security and all that. So, they had something they had to deal with at the courthouse, and the lawyers are all lined up as well. Everyone just getting into the courthouse. So they figured, might as well tell some jokes. Old guys love those one-liner jokes, man.
Sure.
When I used to hang with my dad at the Legion there in Kings Park, they all were telling their jokes. They're cute little black jokes and Polish jokes, and they didn't care. Well, court officers claimed the 2 men had been abusive when they repeated an old courthouse chestnut about the legal profession's propensity for fibbing. One of these old guys says, "How do you tell when a lawyer's lying?" And obviously the answer is his lips are moving. So they're just having a good old time as they're waiting to get into the courthouse, telling their lawyer jokes. And after the guy told his joke, both of the old guys here started howling in unison. So they're having just a good old time. That's great. It's written in the paper. His lips are moving, came the answer, and the pair howled in unison.
Howled.
They've been friends forever, and they're just entertaining each other.
Laughing and laughing.
By the way, these are the worst, hackiest jokes ever.
They're just awful.
Right.
The one guy said, how do you know when a lawyer calls you and said he owe money for Girl Scout cookies and he's dodging you?
He's dodging me.
The two men, founders of Americans for Legal Reform, said a lawyer in line ahead of them told them to shut up and reported them to court officers.
Do they have that faggot lawyer's name?
No.
Of course not.
And then the officer promptly arrested two for telling the jokes.
Arrested them?
How do you arrest someone for telling a joke?
Is the officer's name in there?
No. They don't have any of that.
What's the charge?
I don't. Well, let me see.
Arrested them for telling lawyer jokes.
Love to know what the charge is on that one.
Yeah, it doesn't say what the charge is in this one, but it says, I'm a free man, said one of the guys here.
Said Pat from Moonachie.
Yeah.
Lawyer joke. Thought it was funny.
We beat him. The First Amendment is alive and well.
Well,
just the fact that only in this country can that ridiculousness be an issue.
Yeah.
Litigious idiots we have turned into.
Harvey said he was unbowed by the hassle and vowed to continue.
Telling jokes online?
I'm going to keep telling those lawyer jokes 150%, he said. Other zingers in the Carl and Harvey repertoire. What do you say to a lawyer with an IQ of 50?
What?
Good morning, Your Honor.
I get it. He's the judge.
These guys are great. Can we try to get these guys on the phone? Maybe someone will try to produce the show today. This is like obvious stuff. You get a wacky story in the paper like this, and they're from Long Island, you try to call them up and get them on the show.
Maybe they'll do some zingers for us live on the air.
We got 3 guys producing the show behind the scenes. This is the type of thing they need to do.
I got it one.
Yeah.
Why don't sharks bite lawyers when they fall in the ocean?
Why?
Professional courtesy. Oh, don't come get me, officer. Scumbag lawyers.
Let's see.
Wow.
Why did they bury lawyers 100 feet into the ground?
I don't know.
Because down deep, they're good people.
Yeah. That's terrific. That's terrific.
These guys are a real hoot. And what's the difference between a vulture and a lawyer?
What?
Wingtips.
Hello, exactly.
Did they say that one of these old men was pelted in the skull on a little rascal in New Orleans this weekend? Gentleman.
You know who took this case for the old guys? Ron Kuby.
Yeah, Kuby does a lot of that type of stuff.
God, that ass.
But he was right in this case. I mean, he should have taken the case.
And they learned that it's still legal to tell jokes in America. So...
I would love to know what the prosecutor, the DA, which district attorneys, is there ever a point where you have any human dignity and you can say, no, I'm not prosecuting this? I mean, maybe they're not allowed to say that.
Yeah.
But I mean,
know. Just, no, what are you, crazy? Why would we even pursue this?
Is there ever a moment where an assistant DA or somebody from the prosecutor's office can just say, no, we're not going with this?
It's not business as usual.
God almighty.
It's a big assembly line, the whole legal system, you know? There's no real... whenever you think maybe I have this outstanding thing or this piece of evidence or some statement, it's going to be like in the movies where you say it and all of a sudden people go, well, that's amazing. It just doesn't happen that way. It's all cookie cutter and you deal with people and no case is an individual. They're all handled in this very... the same basic way. You know, oh, we got something like this? All right, this is ridiculous. Throw it out. But for the most part, it's all just cookie cutter justice.
That's great, though. What a great visual. Just two old guys telling the hacky jokes that they've been telling forever.
Tearing it up online.
And then some young lawyer gets pissed off and gets him arrested.
Yeah, some young guy who had a dream about making a difference, and he realizes he's not going to make a difference. It's just one more jizz bag in a whole line of them.
Yeah.
Scum.
Let's go to the phones and say hi to John. John, what's up?
Not much. Hey, who started WOW?
Opie and Anthony? Why?
Okay, because all these truck drivers up in New York and Boston and all that, they're all telling me that Stern started it.
Stern started WOW?
That's right, Rob.
Yeah.
You find me one article that says Howard Stern started Whip 'em Out Wednesday. Please.
Started WOW.
Please find an article that says that.
Hey,
Howard
I was getting ready to get rid of XM. And heard a clip of you guys, and that's the whole reason I'm keeping it.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it, John.
But I was about to go over to Sirius, but
no,
you guys have kept me. But hey, if there's one thing, can I ask y'all a favor?
Yeah.
If y'all, I know right now you probably don't want to do it, but if there's sometime you guys can go back and tell a story from your view of what happened, you know, the church thing or whatever. I don't know. I heard somebody on the news back when it happened, but I didn't really pay
that a million times.
You're kidding, right? That has to be a joke, no?
Absolutely has to be a joke.
But we can't get away from that story.
Even Stern doesn't claim to have started Wow. He would never say that.
He actually came up with one of the most ridiculous things ever. First of all, that's the beauty of the Internet. Just Google Whip 'em Out Wednesday, and you'll get articles going all the way back to, I think we started in like 96, 95, probably 95.
Mm-hmm.
Probably about 10 years ago we started this phenomenon that is Whip 'em Out Wednesday. You see the WOW on the back of trucks, and you see the WOW stickers and the homemade WOW. And it's something we started in 95, and we basically told the guys to put WOW in their car, and it meant Whip 'em Out Wednesday, and if the girls felt like it, they would flash you, and it works like crazy all the time. No, when it works great is going to a concert when you're stuck in traffic.
Right.
With all the young fillies.
The beaches, too.
And the
in
beaches.
The summer when you're going down to Robert Moses or something. Oh, forget it. It's such easy access when they pull their little bikini aside.
Daytona 500 is coming up soon.
There you go.
You're going to be stuck in some of that traffic. Make sure you got a WOW in your car. You'll see.
NASCAR.
You'll see. It'll happen. NASCAR. So what did so this WOW thing becomes huge.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely huge. And then Howard, because he has to claim that he invented pretty much breathing.
Has to claim he did everything. You know, it's the law of averages dictates that there's something out there that he didn't invent.
Right.
Something. The telephone, maybe. I don't know. Right? The powered flight. There's got to be something out there he didn't invent.
Ask him if he invented penicillin, and somehow, some way, he'll connect himself to the invention of penicillin.
Penicillin. I had some moldy bread, Robin, because we grew up very poor in Roosevelt. Moldy bread. I had an infection, and I thought I'd just eat the moldy bread, and the infection went away, Robin. So I invented penicillin. Ooh, all mine. Ooh, shut up. Jackass. Invented everything. People just used to stand, Robin. They would stand. And I decided one day I was going to, because I'm a genius, Robin, I decided I was going to put one foot in front of the other. And then everyone copies, they call it walking now. But that was me. I called it sterning.
His ego is so huge and big, he has no idea how ridiculous he sounds now.
He absolutely believes himself. That's why no one could tell him. Right. He's like, there are crazy people out there that actually believe things.
Yeah.
And you cannot tell them different because they're insane. That's Howard. He's completely insane and believes everything comes from the center of the universe, and that center is Stern.
Right.
That's it.
So we were getting a lot of attention for Whip 'em Out Wednesday. A lot of stories written about it.
And he don't like that.
Actually, a lot of bad stories written about it.
Yeah.
A lot of bad pieces on local TV stations. And then he claims that he did something with a bandana back when he was, in Washington?
I to this day don't know what the hell he was talking about. Some kind of Rube Goldberg machine he had going with a bandana, a car antenna. Was there a day involved? I don't even know if breasts were involved. Tie a bandana on your antenna, Robin, is what I told him. What does that mean? I don't know, but I invented that. What? And then Frisbee dogs were ripping me off because they all had bandanas around their neck and caught Frisbee. What? I don't care.
He's the biggest
and
ass.
Somehow that got turned into his version of WOW and how he invented it somewhere back in the 50s.
Yeah, whatever.
What a tool.
He really is a tool. Jimmy, say something.
I'm completely agreeing with you and listening, but I wasn't around when he said that.
No.
Yeah. Right. He said that he's an idiot.
It's under a porch somewhere, I'm sure. What? What did Stern say?
Well, it was a Wednesday, and he whipped it out, so
Sean in Jersey, what's up?
Hey, man, it's even worse than that. A day after you play something like the Mini-Me, he's playing the Mini-Me soundbite from Surreal Life. He's playing the reporter who falls out of the barrel of grapes.
Well, the thing with the sound clips, that's a little... I would love to act like, we did it first, and then everyone heard our show and decided they needed the Mini-Me clip. If you're in radio doing this and you see, like, Mini-Me doing what he did on Surreal Life, and you're a radio guy, you're immediately calling your people going, oh, my God, get me that.
You don't think about who played it first. It's not like they made it. They didn't go into a studio and record it, as their own. It's a sound clip.
Yeah, I would love to.
No credit at all.
I would love to jump on and say, yeah, that was our. But you know what? I mean, a lot of radio shows are sent the same stuff. It's just how you use it and bring it into your program that makes it a little more unique, I guess.
Yeah, but he's making it sound like he found it. He went out there and grasped it. That's what.
Oh no, that was the most obvious one ever. The Mini-Me clip is the most obvious one ever. Every radio station in America should be playing that if they call themselves a creative radio program. It's so obvious how great that is. But it's the other ones that you find, where you do work a little harder that no one else has,
I got it.
Like this one. I love this one. That one goes on forever.
Of course it does.
No one else is playing that. No one is playing this.
Nothing works here. The medications don't work.
What medication?
I hate this place. I've been here for 7 years.
7 years.
Hello, exactly.
Yeah, no one's playing those clips.
Oh dear! Oh dear! You will be molested.
This is one of my favorites right here, and no one's ever going to play this one. I think this is audio of Mardi Gras when those undesirables were messing with Whitey. We got actual audio of Whitey, Anthony.
We do.
As they were getting harassed down there on Bourbon Street.
I'm scared of you. I'm scared. I'm scared of you, sir, and I'm protecting myself. I am protecting myself. I am scared of you. Please call the police.
That's a great video clip. What a tool that guy is.
Is that up on Foundry Music?
Yeah.
It is? That's great.
Guy's videotaping some guy. It's a white guy. He's videotaping a black guy walking into a convenience store because he's scared of him. The guy came to return something, I guess, and he was under the impression
he was
harassing
the clerk in some way. And
so the guy grabbed a video camera, and he's videotaping him, and the black guy's like, "Stop videotaping me." He goes, "No, I'm scared of you, sir. I'm scared of you. I'm protecting myself."
Let's say hi to Steve in New York City. Steve, what's up?
Yeah, how's it going, Hope?
Hey, Steve.
You got a guy? What's your name? Just kidding.
Oh, you. Cut it out.
No, I'm a big fan, Norton.
Thanks,
Opie, I seem to remember a day when you're on night times at BAB that Howard actually called into your show to compliment you and tell you that you were doing something different out there, and he was actually singing your praises. Unless, of course, that was actually Anthony calling in to screw with everybody. But I seem to remember that happening. Correct me if I'm wrong.
You never know. Well, there's also an audio clip of Howard praising how funny Anthony was on his program. So
that's when I was whoring myself out to anybody. Just put me on the radio, please, somebody.
Well, also, Anthony, since you're talking about yourself there, your grease man is so spot on, it's ridiculous. You must have listened to that guy constantly. I mean, listen, I did too, because I just thought he was just a ridiculous character, and I couldn't stop listening to him when he was on in New York. But
you know what it is?
Your impression is so right on that. I mean, it's...
Thank you, sir. You know what it was about the Grease Man, though? The Grease Man, it was one of those things you had to listen for a long period of time because his stories went on, and you were waiting for him to end, and they didn't.
He would take that lawyer joke we just told and make it into a 20-minute story.
Make it into a 20-minute story. It would go on, and I'm listening just laughing at his voice.
Yeah,
it would just go on, and then it would end with, "We'll be back with more of the Grease Man Show in a moment."
Yeah, plus you had to add in 10 minutes of waddle-doodles and
waddle-doodle. And you're like,
I was slinging lead.
Yes.
All right, guys, thanks a lot.
He would take the dopiest, 3-part joke and turn it into a 20-minute tirade on something.
There I was. Like me doing Anthony's impression.
Yes, Grease Manelli.
Can I
was on the SWAT team in D.C. Been slinging lead. Lots of gunfire in the streets.
What was the other one about his drinks? The
Bone Dry.
Bone Dry.
I need a Bone Dry martini. Waddle-de-doodle. What? Waddle-doodle? And I'm sitting there fascinated just looking at the radio.
It was fun to listen to driving around Long Island.
Boy,
he did pretty well in afternoon. No, he did well in afternoon drive for a while in New York City. He did okay.
He was on K-Rock for a little while, wasn't he?
Yeah, exactly.
How he was all mad at that. Why are you hiring these people that I can't stand to put on my station?
Howard hated whenever the company hired anyone else that had some kind of talent.
Tom, why is this man on my station?
That's what it came down to. He hated anyone else that had talent.
Anyone else that anyone would listen to.
So then he would, do everything in his power to make sure that person did not have a chance.
Yep.
And he tried his best with us, but somehow we squeaked through.
Yeah.
Somehow we squeaked through. Games he played behind the scenes, yelling and screaming. They wanted to throw us on K-Rock when we first moved to New York, but Howard wouldn't have of it.
Nope.
And this was before we ever had bad blood or anything.
Yeah.
And that was the logical move.
We were all ready to go to K-Rock.
Was to have us in afternoons, him in mornings, and then you got a great radio station instead of a radio station that has one good day part.
Stupid Kingston gave us the jackets and everything. We were already over there. We had decided, and we had been accepted by K-Rock.
Dude, we
weren't going to be on at NEW. We were going to be afternoons at K-Rock.
Let's not forget, we had the choice.
Yep.
We came to New York, and oh my God, it's a stupid story because our stupid agent, super agent Bob Eatman, who's,
gee.
Well, I remember. I mean, we blow ourselves up in Boston with the mayor's prank, right?
Yeah.
Now we have 3 job opportunities. Anthony and I are from New York. I was born in Queens. Where were you born?
Flushing, Queens.
Queens, and then lived most of our lives on Long Island until I started doing radio. So we had a chance to get back on New York radio.
Dream come true.
And our stupid agent thought the best move for us was to move to Atlanta and do mornings.
Yeah. He didn't quite understand us back then.
He doesn't understand the programming side of what we do.
No.
He's brilliant when it comes to, nickel and diming people to death and getting a good contract for us. But he's got to shut the fuck up as far as the programming of the show goes. Because I was reminded of that because of last week's tirade about he wanted us to do a clean show so one stupid guy in Philly could go, hey, wait, they do a really good clean show. I'll put them on my commercial station. And then we go back to doing regular radio, and then there's immediately a problem.
They freak out.
Right.
You'd rather be honest up
front.
front.
The logic in that stupid head of his when it comes to programming a radio show amazes me.
Yeah.
And I forgot that when we first met him, his big move was, no, guys, you really need to move to Atlanta. Atlanta?
Yeah.
We had two radio stations right here in New York that wanted us. Our families are right down the road.
Both the same company. It was Infinity, K-Rock and WNEW. And we had checked out both. It was either going to the morgue, the wax museum that was WNEW, classic rock, classic jocks, or going over to K-Rock, known, the whole country over, cool station to be at,
playing
music.
Playing the same music we were playing in Boston. So what the hell? Of course we chose to go to K-Rock. And we made our decision, and we were ready to go, and that lasted for about a day. And then we got the phone call. No, sorry. You're not wanted here. Yeah, they told us to choose between the two, so we said, yeah, K-Rock.
Yeah.
And then everyone was celebrating. I remember Kingston, before he became the biggest wimp in the business.
Yeah.
Actually, he got the phone call at dinner and started jumping up and down cheering.
Yeah.
Like he just got the first-round draft pick. It was like an NBA draft or something.
It was.
And he was jumping up and down.
I remember the ratings would have been over there with Howard in the morning and us in afternoons.
He was losing his mind, and then all of a sudden 24 hours go by, and no one's calling us anymore.
Yeah, what happened?
And then all of a sudden, they decided to pass on you.
Yeah.
No, what happened? Thanks. Howard found out that we picked his station.
I want them on my station.
And he caused, he threw another hissy fit to Mel.
That's a fine how do you do.
And so then they threw us on, NEW. We didn't know at the time it was just going to be an awful experience for us.
What a baby.
And then, we did great over there.
Yeah. Had a great run until we screwed it up.
But another hissy fit behind the scenes from Howard.
Yep.
So you can't take anyone that might have a little talent.
God forbid anyone steals any of the limelight.
All right, let's say hi to Kristen, who's in Ohio. Kristen, what's going on?
Hey.
How are you?
Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
I am wonderful. How are you?
You girl.
Sort of.
What?
Nothing. What do you want to do today, Kristen?
I was going to see if you guys want to play a good game of What's in My Pants.
Oh,
okay.
Oh, okay. Is this your picture I'm looking at?
Yes.
Cool.
Oh.
What part of Ohio are you from?
Cincinnati.
You from Ohio, Willard?
Cincinnati, Ohio? Is that the fat capital of Ohio?
I've never been to Cincinnati. It's a nice place.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
Kristen, describe yourself for the listeners.
Yeah.
Well, I am 5'9".
Oh, you're 5'9".
And I'm sorry?
5'9", okay.
5'9". Probably about 170 pounds.
Okay. 170?
Yeah, a little hefty.
You're a little hefty?
Yeah, but most of that's all up top.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was going to say that because you got like a men's shirt on in this picture and you're leaning forward and there's still just a lot of stuff happening. So I'm thinking you have massive boobs.
Yeah.
What size are they?
38 double D.
38 double D. Okay, I'm getting all her stats down, Anthony. How big is that A?
Yeah.
Do what?
How big's that ass?
Actually, I don't have much of a butt.
Wait.
You're truly enchanted.
It's flat?
Yeah, kind of.
But it's wide at the hips, right?
No, actually, I don't have very many hips. I kind of just go straight down.
Very many.
Wow, this is getting sexier and sexier as we go.
Yeah. What about your hair?
It pretty much looks like it does in the picture. Short blonde.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, you might want to grow your hair longer.
Yeah. Yeah, I know.
And maybe some.
I'm working on it.
Maybe some bangs.
Maybe a dentist too. I see.
Oh. No.
All right. Cool. So you're gonna play What's in My Slacks?
Yeah.
Are you on the road right now?
Yeah, actually I am.
Where are you headed?
I'm a truck driver, so.
Oh, you're a trucker.
Oh, wow, that's a surprise.
All right. Now I understand everything.
What?
You're a trucker?
Yes.
I don't know what's in her pants, but I bet it smells like Bourbon Street. Okay.
All right, a trucker.
All right, and you got your big rig pulled over to the side?
Yes, I do. Pulled over to truck stop.
Cool.
All right. Are you wearing something that's easy access?
Yeah, actually.
What are you wearing?
Blue jeans and a t-shirt.
Or a feed bag.
Uh-huh.
What's that sound?
I'm trying to plug my phone in before my battery dies.
Okay.
Oh, come on, battery.
Sorry.
I never rooted for a battery in all my life.
That battery sounds exhausted. Should have let it rest. Poor guy.
The battery might go out?
No, my cell phone battery's about to die, and it's like got this little flap at the bottom, and I can't get it
That's
to
right,
come
just
off
take
with
your
a
time.
good looking battery.
What's it, full of crumb cake or something?
You're not on your way
All
to
right.
Jersey to get married, are you?
What?
Where do you live?
Where do I live? Cincinnati?
Cincinnati, Ohio.
Yeah. Did you fix the battery problem?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Damn it!
Thanks, Jimmy.
Yeah, Jimmy.
I'm sorry.
He's such a... he just doesn't get it sometimes, Jimmy.
I know. I didn't mean to change my voice like that and sit across the room and make that noise. My blonde locks.
A great Opie impression.
Yeah, it certainly was, apparently.
Are we ready for the theme song?
What the... Oh, the theme song, sure.
Yeah, we're getting ready to play Guess What's in My Pants with this fat pig. Hit the music.
Oh, God.
It's time to play.
Oh dear! Oh dear!
It's time to play. Hey, guess what's in my pants?
Oh dear! Oh dear!
The receiver.
Oh dear!
Up on your beaver.
Oh dear!
It's time to play. Hey, guess what's in my pants?
Oh dear! Oh dear!
Guess what's in my pants? My pants.
All right, everybody. Everybody ready?
Ready when you are.
Jimmy, get off the floor, man. What's wrong? What's wrong with everybody? Where did everyone go? What's wrong?
I'm saying
What is your problem, you insensitive asshole?
Kristen.
Yes.
Thanks for playing Guess What's in My Pants.
It's time to play. It's time to play. It's time to play. Hey, guess what's in my pants?
Yeah.
Place the receiver upon your beaver. It's time to play. Hey, guess what's in my pants?
Yeah.
It's time to guess what's in my pants. My pants.
What's wrong with you guys? All right, we got 3 people in the studio, Kristen. Kristen?
Yeah.
What happened to the battery there?
I'm sorry.
Okay. Did you call it a battery?
I didn't call it a battery.
Sounds like
that would have been brilliant. I'm not that smart. All
All
right,
right, we're going to play, Fats in My Pants. You ready to go?
Right?
Yeah.
Well, why don't we're going to decide right now if we're going to play or not.
Oh, we are?
Thumbs up or thumbs down? We got 3 people. All right. Oh, damn it. We're going to play Guess What's in My Pants with you, Kristen. You won.
Okay.
All right. Anthony's going to tell you how to play.
I'm just going to guess a hoagie. All right, Kristen.
Yeah.
What you'll do is take your phone.
And people wonder why we haven't done this in a while.
Rub it on that very special place, and we will listen and try to hear what type of hairstyle you have. You rub it up and down.
Her very special place is her mouth.
And then side to side, and then in a circular fashion. Don't at any time tell us what type of hairstyle you have until we ask what is in your pants. Do you understand the rules, Kristen?
I do.
All right. If you could rub the phone now up and down.
Okay.
All right.
Up and down.
Okay.
All right. And now side to side.
Okay. Side to side.
And now a circular motion, please, around the whole area there.
All right.
The entire area. Kristen?
Yeah.
I'm a professional at this. I've been doing this for many years. I've listened to many areas being rubbed by a phone, and I am saying right now you are not rubbing that phone on your area.
Yes, I am.
Be honest. Now, please, be honest with us. It doesn't matter. What were you rubbing that on?
I seriously am.
I think she's lying, Opie. I did not hear anything that remotely sounded like that area.
Well, let's all listen again.
All right, rub the phone booth one more time.
All right.
It's too smooth. There's no difference in the sounds from any folds, and believe me, there's probably plenty of folds.
That could mean she's very hairy.
That's what I'm thinking, too. Can we have circular again?
Listen
All right, hold on.
When did she have time to shave with all that eating she's doing?
I don't hear anything.
It could be
one
my cell phone.
consistent sound.
All right, why don't we just get it over with?
Okay, I'm going to say vinyl seat.
You're going to say what?
It's a new category.
He really doesn't believe that you're naked.
Yeah, I don't believe you're rubbing it on your most intimates.
Is there anyone around that can prove that you're naked?
No.
Okay. Jimmy, to you.
I'm going to guess that you have a trimmed, like, what's the choice? Yeah,
it's a mohawk.
Right.
Well, actually, the standard issue triangle, the mohawk, the Hitler mustache, or the wood floor.
I say she has a standard issue trim down.
All right.
I'm going to guess 70s Earth Mama Muff.
70s you're going for the big, hairy.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Well, Kristen, what is in your pants?
The triangle trimmed down.
Yeah, but how trimmed down?
It's just the bikini line.
But, I mean, is it short hairs or is it like... I mean,
it's short hair. I don't want to get
There
too
was
wild.
no difference in the sound. When she went around in a circle, you always hear like the thuds of the area itself.
Maybe she's only doing it in the pubic region. Do it one more time, circular.
Okay, hold on. Circular.
I got it.
You got it? Well, congratulations to Jimmy and Kristen. Thank you so much for playing Guess What's in My Pants.
Bye.
That game's gone to hell in a handbasket.
It's time to play. It's time to play. It's time to play. Hey, guess what's in my pants? Place the receiver upon your beaver. It's time to play. Hey, guess what's in my pants? It's time to guess what's in my pants. My pants.
It's the Opie and Anthony Show. Your home for good, clean, wholesome family entertainment. Wow.
That is such a long way to go just to say.
It's the Opie and Anthony.
Opie and Anthony Show. XM202.
Just a kiss on the lips and I was on my knees. I waited, give me a good hot bitch. She was shaking her hips, so that was all that I needed.
All right. You're checking out the Opie and Anthony program. We're back in New York. We like being back in New York.
Yes.
We were on the road for what, 4 days, something like that? That's crazy.
Yeah.
Especially Mardi Gras for 4 days. That's nuts. Insane. Jimmy from New York. What's up, Jimmy?
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey.
Hey, listen up, guys. I know you guys are not going to believe me. Don't have to. But you know how sometimes you're just there and you're insignificant in the area that you're in, so people will say whatever?
What?
Here's how the conversation went.
What is?
What are you?
Can you believe that prick advertising another radio station on our radio station? Would it be great if we got Opie and Anthony back in the morning when that fuck goes? Yeah, let's work on that.
What was that? What was that?
What was what?
What you just said.
Some people were talking about bringing Opie and Anthony at the end of 15 months to K-Rock in the morning.
Oh, yeah, that's been floating out there.
Yeah, we've heard things.
We've heard things.
I was the insignificant person there while this conversation was going on. So this is definitely going to happen. When the
Well, no, it's not definitely going to happen. I'm not going to start that crazy rumor. But what, you used to work for Infinity Broadcasting?
No, I don't work there. I'm the insignificant. Hello, how you doing? We can talk around this guy. No big deal type.
Oh, you're like a waiter?
Fly on the wall?
No, yeah, kind of. I guess kind of like the waiter.
Bartender?
Maybe. No, not the bar. No, this happened in K-Rock.
So what? You're like cleaning guy?
Oh, maybe. I don't know. Maybe.
Intern?
Okay.
And you overheard a conversation about us?
Yeah, overheard a conversation, not by Joe Schmo, by some brass. And if it was, Joe Schmo, who cares? Just, it's going to happen. Just remember, Jimmy Norton from New York said it. By the way, Jimmy, I can't get tickets for that goddamn show tomorrow. All right? Love you, buddy.
Why can't you, fella?
Probably sold out. We went with that call because, I mean, well, there is, whatever.
We hear things.
We have heard things. Whatever. We'll see what happens. All right. A couple of other great little stories for today. Did we get that promo, by the way? I was trying to figure out what that new promo was all about. And then I'm hearing it has something to do with a promo we sent down to Washington. They got really pissed off at us or something?
We got a complaint. We got a complaint.
A complaint?
One complaint.
About what?
Hawk.
We ran one of our daily promos on another channel. It was about Hillary Clinton and diarrhea, and it ran around the same time that she had the fainting spell and all that. And somebody.
Well, the reason it ran around the same time as that because it was based on the news story.
Yeah. And somebody registered a complaint.
It wasn't a coincidence from us. It was.
Do we have the complaint?
That Ben is.
Well, it's amazing how in corporate America, and this is why corporate people are such scum. Could somebody have just said tough shit?
No.
God Almighty!
One person.
What was the complaint about? Let's get Ben or Steve in here.
All right.
One person out of millions complain. There you go.
And they buckle. Oh, don't play that one anymore. It might be amusing.
I'm still confused. There was a promo that I guess there was some audio of the bit where you're making believe you're Hillary and trying to give one of her awful speeches, and she's like, farting through it because she had this stomach thing happen.
Really?
Right?
I don't even remember doing that.
I think so.
Really?
Because she passed out, and it turned out she had like a 24-hour bug or something. So we assumed then, well, she had to be,
the diarrhea.
Had to have something happen in there, so we did a little mock Hillary Clinton speech thing where she would be farting while she was trying to talk.
Oh, okay.
Because she was continuing her engagements.
We don't have the spot?
I think they're working on it now. Can we get somebody in here for the...
Well, I asked for Ben, but he's still kind of just hanging out. Oh, God, these guys are just the worst. They just are.
I'm sure they're eagerly...
Do they understand we're doing a radio show? Like, we're just sitting here now, and everyone's running around like you kick a pile of ants, and they just run around, like, with no organization. That's what's going on here.
And he runs around till he drops dead.
Eric, instead of writing it down, say what you have to say, please.
Say it.
You don't want to say it?
Why?
I can't.
Why can't you say it? Well, someone tell me what's going on.
Why can't you say it?
Write it down, and we'll say it.
All right, write it down.
I don't even know why I'm being called in here. First of all, that's
this is fantastic.
This is our staff. You know we're doing a radio show, right?
Yes, I'm perfectly aware of that.
Okay, we broadcast live from 6 to 10, and sometimes we discuss things.
Yes, of course.
And maybe it'd be a good idea that you had your ear to the ground, so you kind of know what's going on.
His ear to the ground, and it started a forest fire.
Yeah, exactly. So I have to be very careful with my ears.
Let me see what he wrote.
Say on the air?
Let me see.
Well,
hold it up.
This is what Eric couldn't say on the air.
Oh, my God.
Ben said, be careful. Complaint went up to Hugh Panero.
Who cares?
Who cares?
Oh, my God. They complained and the boss heard?
So what? The complaint went to Hugh personally?
Oh, it's about the promo.
What was the promo?
I don't know specifically because I didn't make it. Apparently,
Let me hear it.
We're trying to find it. Derek's looking for the audio.
Who made the promo?
Now. I guess Derek made a promo when we were away. And somebody complained about the context, so we're looking to find out what exactly.
All right, so now if this was on a non-paying channel or non-pay what?
Well, was it vulgar?
What? No, I don't think. I'm not sure exactly what was in it. I don't think. These guys know they're not supposed to put vulgar material in it. They know they're not supposed to put racist, anti-Semitic promo. They know about that, so I'm not sure exactly.
So maybe
what
she had a legitimate complaint.
Entirely possible, but I don't know until I hear it.
What station did this air on?
I doubt they had a legitimate complaint.
I know it was a non. It was one of like the third party stations.
So then you made a promo that we just played. What was that about?
Which one was it?
The laughing.
Oh, the laughing one. Yeah, that was trying to do a little vague
sarcastic rebuttal.
Yeah, thank you.
So it's bleeps and us laughing like the good part was bleeped out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly.
But nobody will know that unless we play the Hillary audio to see what offended people.
Yeah, that's where this all comes from. I heard the new promo going, what does that even mean? But I didn't know it was because it was about the rebuttal to the Clinton promo.
I guarantee you it was over a political affiliation and not being offended.
Right.
If it was a Bush trashing thing, some idiot would have complained about that. Some conservative, I didn't care for that.
Yeah,
well,
I would love to hear it.
Well, this guy heard the promo on the Comedy Channel. That would be 150. Carl in Jersey. What's up, Carl?
Hey, what's happening?
Hi, Carl.
How's it going? Jimmy Pants, how are you?
Good, Carl.
All right, I thought that I heard that promo, and they were talking about she was sick, and everybody in the campaign was sick or around her. Oh, but we must keep working, or something like that. But it was the funniest thing I ever heard, guys. Who could be offended by that crowd?
It was definitely what I'm thinking then. And then Anthony went into like a mock Hillary type voice and farting as she's doing a speech. Or whatever,
well, I thought it was funny as hell. I don't know why somebody would be pissed.
And it was on the Comedy Channel?
It might be because it was bathroom humor, and I don't know.
It might have been another channel they played on, though. We don't know yet. It might have been.
He said he heard it from the Comedy Channel.
He did, but I'm saying the person that complained might have heard on another one.
Heard it somewhere else.
All right, well, I'm sorry to waste your time, but I didn't understand what the new promo was about. I didn't know there was a whole backstory.
I have a question.
And now this backstory can't be. We have to be careful how we talk about it on the air.
Why? No, we don't.
Because the complaint went to Hugh Pinero. I'm sure he gets a bunch of complaints about the show.
Yeah. Somebody complained to Hugh. No one is saying we hate Hugh Pinero. We just want to know what happened.
And it doesn't say, it doesn't say we hate Hillary just because we mocked her.
We do.
We do hate her, but we can make
for
fun
other
so
reasons,
what?
right?
She stinks. I have a question, by the way, before you go on to this. Speaking of XM, I just got to know. I just want to throw it out there. Apparently, there's this douchebag who wants to be talked about, so I'll talk about him. This boneyard guy, cool guy.
Yeah.
Who's been trashing the show. So, dude, if you're listening, no one here listens to you, and we can't get audio because you have 4 listeners. So if you want to say something, please call in. We will put you on the air. If you want attention that bad, you're welcome to call into the show and voice any. He's like this over-the-hill wannabe rocker who has like a show, and he's been trashing the show. So I would like to know what he has to say.
Is that the guy that said he was going to slap me or punch me when he saw me?
Same jerk off.
Another all talk, no action guy, because I walked right by him in the hall, to do our show when we were down there.
Did he smack you?
No. He didn't smack me.
No.
No one's going to smack me.
Cool guy.
He didn't even attempt.
Cool guy.
He didn't even attempt any type of confrontation.
Huh.
That's why you're a phony. And that's why you're stuck just playing records, you idiot.
Well, he had another show, apparently, which failed. He's a wannabe, and we all know what that is.
Yeah.
And now he's trashing the show. And we all know you're a little jealous. You've been at XM for a while. I'm sorry, man. Nobody noticed you. I apologize that happened. And then the O&A show comes and gets all the attention, all the press, and you resent that. And I understand that. Nobody wants to have had a dream and failed at it.
Yeah.
So please, if you want to call in, you will be put on the air, and people will hear you out. But don't be a little faggot and hide on your... nobody listens to you, dude. You're on overnight. Nobody cares. So you want to say it, call in here. Everybody will hear it. You're invited to call in.
And I walked right by the guy. He didn't confront me. He didn't try to smack me or punch me like he's been saying on his stupid radio show. The reality is, if you play records on a radio station, you're either an underachiever and you just don't really want to work hard, which is cool. Want to smoke your dope and smoke your cigarettes and drink at night and come in and have a cushy job. Or you're a failure at this business, and you stink. That's it.
That's about
and I know I just insulted a lot of people, but that's the fact.
Too bad.
Anyone could spin records and talk a little bit between the records. Anyone could do that. Anyone.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe you can call it. Maybe you can call in with one of the characters you used to do on your old show that failed. I'm trying to get audio. No one has audio of this guy. So if you have this jerk-off's audio, please send it to Stephen Foundry, because we're trying to find it, and nobody has it. So apparently your listeners don't care about you enough to record anything you say ever.
He's a phony, dude.
Of
Simple
course
as that. He was talking about how he was going to smack me and punch me when he saw me. I walked right by the guy.
Nothing.
He didn't even flinch.
He wants attention. We're not in an Arbitron ratings war. So what's he on, the Boneyard cool guy? Tune in. Listen to him. Tune in and listen to him. I guarantee he stinks.
Let's say hi to Joe. Hey, Joe, what's up?
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Good, hi, Joe.
Yeah, I remember the promo. I heard it on a couple times on your station, the comedy station. Pretty much what you said, and then Norton had the kicker that she farted and filled up both sides of her pantyhose with diarrhea.
Oh,
whoops! Both sides of her pantyhose. That conjures up an image.
Awesome. You guys rock.
Thanks. If that's on the Comedy Channel and somebody complained, they should have their stomach stabbed like in Godfather 2. But if that was on like the 80s station, I can kind of see them getting pissed off.
All right, Anthony. The Vermont Teddy Bear Company, Valentine's Day right around the corner. It's Monday, right?
Yes.
And a lot of guys are out there. They're going to panic and go to the mall and try to find something last minute. Don't.
Good luck.
Don't, man. Vermont Teddy Bear. It's as easy as that. They got bear counselors even. So you just call up 1-800-829-BEAR. That's 1-800-829-BEAR. And they'll help you choose the perfect bear. They'll ask you a little bit about your sweetie. And then they'll go, hey, I got the perfect bear. Ooh. Send her this one. They make it really easy. And they're going to deliver right on Valentine's Day for you as well. And they give you a free chocolate and a gift card in their famous box. Right, Anthony?
That's for sure.
And they're suggesting that you send the bear right to the office if she works.
Then you look like a hero. All of a sudden, she's talking about you, and the bear is sitting up on her desk, and the girls are coming by going, where'd you get that? And she goes, my guy got it for me for Valentine's Day.
There comes the delivery guy, and all the girls, like, perk up, like, oh. They're all hoping and wanting, wanting. And the delivery guy goes right over to your sweetie.
And she looks like she's so loved all day long. Ask about the Love Bandit, the lover boy bear with the tattoo, the Romeo bear, or the gangster of love bear. Vermont Teddy Bear is the only bears handmade in America, and they're guaranteed for life. Best of all, she'll think of you every time she hugs her little bear. That's right. Make this the best Valentine's Day ever with a gift she'll really love and always remember. Call 1-800-829-BEAR, or you shop online. Go to VermontTeddyBear.com and do it that way. Send the creative alternative to flowers. Valentine's Day delivery is guaranteed. 1-800-829-BEAR. Tell them O&A sent ye.
Oh, wait a minute. The promo might have ran on America Left. Toby, what's up?
Stop.
Hey, what's up?
Hey.
What's up, baby face?
Which is another XM channel.
Hi, Toby.
Hey, Toby.
They finally made you change your name, huh?
Yeah.
We're going to keep it Kunta. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Toby.
Hey, they ran that Hillary spot on Al Franken's show on America Left. I heard earlier in the week, I think.
Oh, America Left?
Yeah, I think that's what did it.
Oh, God forbid they should have a sense of humor. Again, you know, well, there goes the left. What do you expect? What do you expect?
All right, thanks, Toby.
They run Comedy Central. They run every aspect of show business. What do you expect?
We're not trying to cause more problems here.
No.
I'm just trying to get to the bottom of it. It sounds like an interesting little story.
I can't believe we can't hear the promo. I can't believe we can't go, hey, let's hear the promo and then have it play.
Everyone is saying that. They pretty much have heard it on every channel that XM has to offer.
So it could have been anybody, really.
Well, whatever.
But one complaint out of the millions of people that subscribe to XM.
We'll ask Kevin during the meeting today. I'm sure he'll have an answer. I'm sure he'll have an answer. I'll get back to you on that one.
We have a meeting?
Yeah, we got our phone meeting.
Hey, Opie?
Yeah.
If I have a bear suggestion, I can do it, like, long after the live read's over, can I?
No.
No?
No,
I can't talk about the cool guy bear? Who comes with 3 little bears that represent his entire listening audience?
No, you can't do that.
Ah, good thing I didn't.
Tom from Nolens. What's up, Tom?
Boys.
Oh, my God.
I want to request Star Star by the Rolling Stones. Can you get that on for me?
How you doing?
I'm doing good. My phone's not doing too good, but...
Are you calling from your soup phone right now?
Lucky I had it insured.
Did the soup actually fall into the soup, or did the part where your mouth goes just commit suicide and jump?
I think it was where my mouth
Did
goes
the
into
soup
soup.
actually fall into the soup?
Wait, did I say that?
Oh, my God.
Did I say the soup?
You just said, did the soup actually fall into the soup?
Well, that's a legitimate question, because sometimes soup will get mixed up, and I hate when another man's soup falls into my soup.
Did your phone fall into your phone?
Wow.
Did you guys have fun or what?
What?
Did you guys have fun?
Yeah, we had a great time,
Yeah.
Tom. Thanks to you.
A lot of fun there, Tom.
Yes. Good job.
Good.
And I thank you for not showing up that second day.
You're quite welcome.
Gave
buddy.
us a little break from Tom on that second
Gave
day.
us a little breathing room.
Tom, what happened with my shots at the strip club when the shot girl came over and you said you were getting shots and then she had to come over to me for the money and apologize that she had to ask me for money?
I have no idea, dude.
You
I was
had-
buying shots. I know I walked down and got your girl at one of those gigantic daiquiris.
Oh, you did?
Whatever you need, yeah.
Whatever you
I'll walk
need,
down,
except
whatever
for
you
the
need, I got
shots.
Anything you need.
Because I'm hearing you were a little cheap with some of the people.
I don't think so.
I heard you were the second cheapest person that was with us.
Well, who was the first?
No, don't get it wrong. It's not Opie.
No, it was not
just
me.
Somebody else.
Somebody else was cheap?
Somebody else was cheap, part of the collection of people that we were traveling with.
Well, I didn't hear that.
I've been hearing things.
Ooh.
I hear things.
I heard things you heard.
I heard things.
Go ahead, Anthony. Why don't you tell everyone who the cheapo was?
I don't know.
Go ahead, Anthony.
I just heard there might have been somebody that not even offered to pay for anything, but actually fled the scene of a check.
Where's Ben?
Were you there when this happened?
The last night we were there, I believe I did witness this.
So why don't you make the announcement on the program? Who is the cheap person? Can you not be a wimp for once in your
life? Come on, Ant. Tough it up a little. Have a little gumption.
I'm just quite a wimpy guy.
What's he going to do, come in and karate kick you?
I didn't say that.
I know. Who else?
Oh, my God. That isn't even where I was going.
Are you saying that Master Poe is cheap?
I wasn't going there. I didn't mention a name or nothing.
Well, you're not talking about Opie. We all know you're not afraid of me. What is Steve going to do? You'll just flick your little finger into his stomach and double him over. And Ben would come in, and you wouldn't be afraid to tell Ben. So who could it be? Who else was with us? Ope's brother Brett's in Long Island. What's he going to do, drive out and hit you?
Club Soda Kenny was with us.
Kenny's in another state. He's not even around right now. Plus, he's big and stupid. He wouldn't even know you're talking about him. So who else could it be?
I'm not saying...
You're saying that Master Poe is cheap?
I did not say that. I said that somebody...
Why are you getting all nervous?
Somebody...
I think what Anthony said is, what's Poe saving up to be? Jewish?
I don't think.
Even Sergeant Barnes laughed at that one. Oh, Jesus, bun.
Are you saving up to be Jewish? No, I wouldn't say that at all. I was just saying that there were rumors. I didn't see anything firsthand. I heard rumors.
You heard
that
rumors.
Somebody. I heard that he went out one night, and I wasn't even there. That's what I'm hearing from. I heard he went out. Who else was with us?
Is it true you want to change his name to Master Cheapo?
I didn't say anything. I'm talking.
He said it.
Master Poe. Uh-oh, he's coming in.
He should come in. He has to defend himself.
I didn't say anything. What I was hearing was that there was a night that the guys went out.
Maybe two.
I believe Jaime was out that evening, too. And there was Tom was there, I believe. Wasn't that the night? Did you guys go out?
Yes, we did, after you guys went to sleep.
And did you go with Tom?
Yes.
Yeah, Tom was there. And who else? It
was Tom, Ed, and Jaime.
Ed, right. Ed was the other guy. And I was just hearing things, you know how people talk, and there was talk that Poe ran out without helping to pay for the check. That was part of what I heard.
Mm.
I wasn't there. I'm hearing things. Ben could probably.
I'm
shed
trying to
more
get
light
Ben
on the
in here,
subject.
and Eric's saying that he can't come in because he's on the phone with the boss.
Why won't he come in?
He's on the phone. Says he's busy. Can't come in.
Get that herky-jerky-headed son of a bitch in here. He must come in.
I have no idea what they're talking about.
All right. I'm satisfied.
They can come up to me and talk to me in front of me.
Go to Master Poe's face and talk.
That's right, Ben.
Instead of calling on the phone.
Calling on the phone? No, it was an open discussion in the office as soon as we got in.
Here in the office?
Yeah, it was.
Oh, okay.
I know I paid for 2 checks and no one even thanked me. I'll be honest.
Wait a second.
I paid for the first night and I paid for the last night, and I didn't even get a thank you from just about everyone in this room.
I wasn't there first night.
I'll tell you. I didn't get one thank you from you, and I picked up 2 dinner checks.
And I offered you money.
I will definitely go on record and say that.
After
people just assume because I make money that I'll pick up all the checks, and at the least people should thank me.
What?
Yeah, I'll definitely fucking say it.
Opie, after I chased the guy that was cursing and yelling and causing a problem in front of you, after I chased him away, I took my credit card and I placed it on the table for your brother to pay.
But I ended up paying the check, and no one came up to me and said thank you.
Yes.
A lot of people just assume that it's the Opie and Anthony show. They should pay our way.
Well, you were on the phone.
And what about the first night?
The first night, I did say thank you.
At the 201 Club?
That was the first night that we were there. The first night I did say thank you.
If you did, then I apologize. But the last night, definitely not. No one did.
I said thank you. I offered you money.
I always say
no, Jimmy did offer me money.
And that night I threw my credit card on the table.
But there was confusion the last night.
There was absolute confusion.
Because Kenny, the waiter said that Kenny said
I don't
to put it
care
on your
why
check.
I had to pay for it. I would like a thank you because I'm sure I'll get most of it back eventually, reimbursed, whatever, because it's an XM trip. But a thank you goes a long way.
And remember that if you have a Vermont teddy bear, a thank you goes a long way. The thank you bear. If your friend buys you dinner, you send a thank you. A thank you bear.
But now I'm hearing you. What happened with Jaime and?
I don't know. Tom was complaining that you stiffed him on like $800 or something.
It wasn't Jaime,
$800. Well, no, you got cut in half.
Yeah.
What happened? Master Po didn't pay up when you guys all went out.
Tom, I stiffed you. Careful, Tom.
No, we were actually...
Careful, Tom.
We're drinking free, and I don't know.
Usually it takes a mean punch to punch someone's teeth out, but with Tom, all you have to do is go...
And Opie, I did thank you.
All right.
You know that.
I don't know if you thanked me for dinner.
I did.
You weren't at dinner.
Oh, no, you didn't.
Good thing you did, because Anthony paid.
Anthony paid that one, so there was no reason to thank me, you idiot.
Yes.
That was
I thanked you, right, Anthony?
$600 dinner also, that was, that night. 6 bills.
I thanked both you guys before
That was
you
delicious.
left. Before
all right, so what happened with Master Po then?
Nothing. He just had a little problem in the back.
Did I pay my bill, Tom?
Yes.
Thank you.
All right, there you go.
So then there was a rumor. That's why we had to ask.
Right.
It was asked.
Because there was people talking.
Boy, what a surprise. Another rumor from Ben that's wrong.
Tom, did we have a good time?
We had a ball.
Thank you very much for your hospitality.
Tom, you don't even remember.
You're quite welcome.
What was the problem in the back? What problem in the back? What happened?
I was kind of confused. I didn't know exactly what had happened, but it all got worked out.
All right.
Was there a bloody gi involved? All right, Tom, thanks.
All right, boy.
Until next time. There he goes, Tom from
All right,
Nose.
so problem straightened out. That's how rumors start.
All right, Master Po.
Thank you very much, gentlemen. Opie, I'll say this in front of everyone. Thank you very much for that delicious meal.
The last night?
It was great.
All right, good.
Thank you.
I want you to acknowledge that amazing shot I did, too.
Oh. What?
The amazing shot I did.
What shot?
With the beads.
Oh, you didn't know about that?
The bead. Right. Poor Kenny. Poor Club Soda Kenny. Just wanted to drink his water. And Opie threw a Mardi Gras bead.
Another table.
There was 2 tables. We were about 10 feet apart.
Yeah.
So I decided to take a bead, and I saw Kenny had a nice glass of water, and I'm like, there's no way I'm going to make it, but I'll try. And I went boom, and, swish.
Yeah.
Right into his water, his glass of water. So then I get really cocky, and because Kenny will not drink tap water on the road, which is smart because
good.
Steve ended up getting the liquid shits from drinking.
And vomiting.
From drinking some of the local water.
Little change per stomach.
So Kenny orders another glass of water because he's not going to drink it now. And it comes in a bottle, a regular water bottle that Anthony has to his side right there. I'm 10 feet away. I take a bead, and I just aim for the bottle of water. Like, yeah, right, this is going to work. And I just throw it. And I'm looking around the table like, where did it bounce to? And Anthony starts freaking out. He goes,
like,
dude.
oh, my God, right in.
Right in the bottle of water.
Right in.
Do you know you can shoot 1,000 times from this distance and not make that?
Never make that
It's
shot.
just one of those weird, lucky things that will
win
never
it.
happen again.
And poor Kenny had to sit there and wait for that guy to bring him another water.
And then everyone was encouraging me to go for a third shot. I'm like, no way, 2 for 2.
No.
I'm done right here.
You got to leave that. So I guess it was rumor and speculation on that whole Po thing.
That's why you got to ask, because then people build up resentment for no reason.
See?
All right, I got the promo that everyone is pissed off about.
Finally.
Here it is.
It's the worst of the Opie and Anthony show.
So Hillary Clinton,
she fainted.
She fainted because she had some kind of stomach flu, right?
Yeah, apparently she had a stomach flu. She fainted.
You know what that means? She also had the squirts, probably.
Yeah, they said she had
probably squirting out of that pantsuit.
She sneezed and filled both ankles of her pantyhose.
As she's practicing her speech on the bowl.
Senator, she's on the bowl. All right.
I'm not feeling very well. We need someone in charge that knows New York.
Opie and Anthony Show, live weekdays 6 to 10 a.m. with replays throughout the day on XM 202.
Hey, this is Opie to get channel 202 in the open.
All right, then that's
not,
slug line. Look, I don't run the company, obviously, but so they do what they have to do. That promo could run on any station.
Come on.
That could run on regular radio.
Please.
That is so... It's childish and juvenile.
Yeah.
But there's nothing vicious in that. There's nothing... There's no profanity in that.
You can't cater to a complaint like that.
A complaint.
There's nothing going on there. Let's all relax. So then that's where Steve came up with the other promo where it's a lot of bleeps and us laughing?
Yeah. Yeah, because there was one complaint.
Do we have that one, Derek? All right, so because of the Clinton promo, Steve came up with this in response, I guess.
It's the Opie and Anthony Show. Your home for good, clean, wholesome family entertainment. Wow.
That is such a long way to go just to say.
It's the Opie and Anthony.
Steve has lost his mind, first of all.
That's pretty funny.
That's great, though. But that's a funny promo. Steve has lost his mind.
Yeah.
He really has.
And is there a way for us to find out what channel that they got the complaint through? There's got to be. Like, I heard that on the such-and-such channel. We'd like to know.
Unless it was XM Kids. I think they went a little overboard.
Even that, did you hear the Cricket Duty song or whatever?
That's
the
true.
Duty song. Sitting on the toilet, making a
That's
duty.
True, the Duty Weasel song.
Why is that fine?
And there's little poopy noises.
Pop goes the duty or something like that.
Poop goes the weasel.
Oh, poop goes the weasel.
Yes. The weasel, but weasel has the diapers on. Goes the weasel.
Yeah, right there.
That's on the kids channel.
All right, that's enough. Why don't we take a quick break? We'll continue with the Opie and Anthony program. Is Flavor Flav showing up today?
Flavor Filet?
Huh?
That's not him. That's a white guy with a camera.
I know. Who's that guy, though? All right, well, take a break. We'll figure this mess out.
Life in corporate America can be a grind.
All they do is they remove the humor from everything.
And you don't want to worry about your behavior around the office becoming a problem.
I'm standing here with this erection feeling silly.
You're going to need some sound advice.
Talk less and suck more.
From a qualified professional.
I'm a stand-up comic who hates his own guts.
New from the HIV Corporation. It's the Jim Norton Sensitivity Handbook.
Sensitivity training. Maybe you could send someone from Human Resources in, and they can tickle my bag a little. I can go, ooh, very sensitive area, and then they can leave.
Jim will help you construct a business plan.
Greed is good.
He'll guide you through the hiring process.
Hire all fat chicks if you don't want them harassed.
He's also a whiz at customer relations.
Here's what you do, stupid. When they complain, you go, click. You take the phone. Click.
Ladies will also enjoy Jim's wardrobe recommendations.
You send them to training to not have those big tits showing during the workday.
Jim is also an experienced marriage counselor.
How could you marry a chick that won't drink out of your mule?
And he can help mend even the most fractured of family relationships.
I killed my wife with a hammer.
And he'll also assist with time management.
1:30, Human Resources attempts to talk about sensitivity training. 1:35, they're wiping saliva that Jim Norton has spit on them off of themselves as he walks outdoor. End of meeting.
Call 1-800-LOG-DROP for the Jim Norton Sensitivity Handbook. Order today.
Meeting adjourned.
M202. The Opie and Anthony Show.
Oh, get up, come on, get down with the sickness. Get up, come on, get down with the sickness. Get up, come on, get down with the sickness. Open up your hate and the never want to make. Get up, come on, get down with the sickness. You mother, get up, come on, get down with the sickness. You fucker, get up, come on, get down with the sickness. Madness is done, get that has been given to me.
And we're back with the Opie and Anthony program. Starker Patty making her way into the studio to do some news for us. Just some news. You know, I thought this was going to be the best story of the day. Here it says, stick 'em up. I have a gub.
A gub.
Robber who can't spell faces a long sentence. But it looks like he was doing it on purpose to throw the cops off. I thought it was a real dummy.
Maybe he is.
It's not as good. The article goes on to say, can you spell gotcha?
Oh, I got it. It's hysterical.
Nothing. A prolific bank robber.
Yeah.
Thank you. You had it.
I had that one.
Mine wasn't working. A prolific bank robber who passed demand notes littered with spelling errors like the word robbery, R-O-B-R-Y, will now have plenty of time to study the dictionary, according to cops.
Plenty of time.
Hart Thomas, 43, of Ronkonkoma, has been charged with 6 bank robberies in Nassau County and linked to 9 other heists in Suffolk, dating to June 2003. Cops who dubbed Thomas the Spelling Bee Bandit believe the spelling errors may have been done intentionally to convince cops they were chasing an illiterate crook.
Ah.
So that's the end of that story. I thought it was I thought it was a real
I have
dummy.
a gub.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, exactly.
That's pretty funny.
All right, let's get... Oh, she's here. Hi, Patty.
Okay.
Hello.
So you want to try out to do news on our program?
Oh, just for a lark. Just for fun.
Why, you don't think you're good enough, huh?
Oh, I don't know. I've never done the news before. No.
Surprising. I thought you had a lot of news experience.
Oh. Well,
I'm a new experience, all right.
You know, some of the brass over there in Washington at XM have decided perhaps we need a news person on our program.
Oh.
So we've been auditioning some people. They've been coming in, and they've pretty much stunk. And now I think the best so far has been Club Soda Kenny.
Yeah, Kenny had something going on. We're gonna have to have him come back and do like one of those review things again.
Interesting little take on the news.
Yeah. When he called Condoleezza, whatever her name is there, Rice, Bush's secretary.
Bush's secretary.
That was brilliant.
Yeah.
Stalker Patty, you ready to do the news?
I'm ready to do the news.
Why don't we give this a shot, Anthony, see what happens.
Voice.
We got Flavor Flav on the way into the studio in a few minutes here. So, but first, it's Stalker Patty with the news.
Okay. Well, the head of a major U.S. company has just resigned from the board of Vermont's most prestigious hospital over a teddy bear. The Crazy For You bear is the center of the controversy.
All right, hold it, Patty. Maybe you ought to pick a different story.
You idiot.
Maybe you ought to not pick a story about our only sponsor. Oh, my God. Maybe you ought to be smart enough to know why we haven't grabbed that story and ran with it ourselves.
Some allegations of pedophilia.
Hint taken. Okay, I'll go to the next one.
How about fist taken in face?
Oh, my God.
I'm sorry.
All right, let's go back to the sound thing here, and here it is.
Okay.
Stalker Patty with the news.
American Airlines is looking to save money like everybody is nowadays, and your seat is going to be a little harder as a result. They're going to save $370,000 by eliminating all the pillows on their flights. But not
Save one to smother you with.
But not completely. If you fly coast to coast or on an international flight, you'll still get to rest your head.
Are you trying to do it like a news voice?
Yeah,
you see the veins in your neck?
Thing.
What's going on over there?
You're putting on a little voice like they do on Entertainment Tonight or something.
I watch a little too much of Channel 7 News on TV, well, mostly to hear the numbers. Okay.
Is that why you said nowadays?
Well, how about the sports story I copied from the news this morning? The Knicks failed to beat the Heat, and overtime results in meltdown. I guess it means they lost. That concludes the sports.
That concludes the sports. There's a huge story today. Yes, Giambi's finally going to talk about his steroids.
But that's as long as my attention span is regarding sports. The only thing I watch once a year is the Super Bowl, and that's about it.
I can't. That whistle, that's when she does her S's, it goes through me like a laser.
You have one sports score. There's major headlines in sports today. The NHL season is pretty much done with. If they don't come to some kind of decision by the weekend, that's done. Jason Giambi's going to be talking about steroids today for the first time. He's got some tough questions to answer.
Sure.
And then Hakeem Olajuwon might be tied to terrorism.
What?
Who?
He was he was sending money to some kind of charity that might be connected to terrorism. So there's a little confusion there. Well, that's what he's saying, obviously. I'm sure he just why would he blow? America was very, very good to him. Why would he? Turn around and then support terrorism.
I'm sure, educated college Sheikh Mohammed, too.
So,
number 3 man in Al-Qaeda.
Giambi's going to be talking, though, today.
Yep, talking about his steroid use.
You'll see a much thinner Jason Giambi today.
Yes.
How about the weather report?
All right, go ahead.
Cloudy and rainy. And you should wear a coat and carry an umbrella because it's also cold and wet. And that was my observation.
Cloudy and rainy, and then you add cold and wet.
I like
wet
to get
to rainy.
to the point.
The point on
the
your
barometer
head.
always falling.
Unfortunately, you're not down the stairs.
How about more headlines, Patty?
Yeah, what about the lady they found in the water tank?
Yep, they were looking for her for a few days, and they finally found her. Apparently, she fell in.
A few days. Yeah, a few hours.
They're not sure if she just fell in. They think there might have been a little of that, what do they call it, that foul play.
Ooh.
Well, they would have to investigate who was working at the time.
Oh, wow. That was pretty good reporting. That was actually very good on the fly.
Yeah.
This is pretty creepy, though. Shut up for a second there, Patty. Thank you. Divers found the body of a New Jersey water treatment chemist at the bottom of a gigantic underground tank last night, and investigators are looking into the possibility of foul play. Meanwhile, the Passaic Valley Water Commission advised its customers in 17 towns to boil their water. A customary precaution when a foreign object is found in the tank.
A foreign object? What was she?
Huh? Oh, what? Well, Angara, but she could be married. She looks Greek.
Yikes!
Where's she from?
Foreign object. Rodriguez. So you're boiling your water because a dead woman was in it. There in Jersey.
That's what they're recommending.
So when you
precaution.
When you drink out of your faucet, boil the water, but still know that like all her private area was just soaking in your water. Making tea. Yeah, little pubic hair in there, and
she's making chemist soup.
I would go to the store and get bottled water, Poland.
Really? Would you?
Yeah.
What else might you do in that situation?
I wouldn't drink the water from the faucet.
When do you think you could go and get this bottled water?
Actually, I give bottled water to my own cat because I will not feed her from the faucet.
Thank you, Captain Obvious.
We got ice cream, legs of lamb, and one dead chemist.
I was thinking, maybe I'll just try the water and see how it tastes before I go and maybe get bottled water.
I wouldn't take the risk.
Kill yourself!
Oh, the devil.
You give your cat bottled water.
Yes, I do.
Yeah. And why is that?
Because I don't drink from the faucet myself, so why should Evie?
That's your cat's name, Evie?
Yes.
What's that short for?
Evelyn. She was Evelyn at the shelter, and I brought her home and shortened it to Evie.
Cat named Evelyn.
Why can't you shorten your life?
Oh, thank you.
What an awful thing for a cat. Sitting there at the shelter, and Patty comes and gets you. Yeah. Names you Evie.
The cat actually said, all right, I'll take her.
All right, thanks, Patty.
That was good, actually. I think Patty deserves another shot one of these days.
Do you have any entertainment news?
Okay,
I read Michael Jackson case.
I read something about Lizzie Grubman using her staff, and they're posing in magazines and stuff so that she could get more publicity for her company.
Ooh, tell us more.
Wow, that was a handy little tidbit. I might
well, that's all I remember.
Around the water cooler.
What about music news?
Music news.
There's a big music news story today.
Okay.
What about the fact that Johnny Knoxville's banging Lindsay Lohan?
Yeah.
Actually, I don't even know who Johnny Knoxville is.
What?
No, I don't listen to his music, I guess.
Well, how do you feel about...
Oh, my God, you're a blithering idiot.
You know the dude from Jackass?
I never watched the show, but I know what show you mean. I tried to watch the show once, and I couldn't deal with it, so I had to turn it off because they got a little bit crazy.
Oh, crazy, insane nuts is what they get.
Yeah.
Hi, this is Johnny Knoxville, and I'm banging Lindsay Lohan. Remember that?
Remember?
Hi, I'm Johnny Knoxville, and...
Yeah, I remember that.
And I'm going to get shot by a shotgun today.
Yeah. Right, but I still don't know who he is, though.
No.
Hey, if I don't know something, I say it, you know.
Oh, because you're so outrageous. Well, the big story, Anthony, Mick Mars is getting divorced, and this just sent you into a little tizzy.
They're not married,
Not even married.
Girlfriend.
Nope, girlfriend.
Oh, thanks for correcting me.
This whore who decided she was going to latch on to a Motley Crue member, literally, is now suing for $10 million. $10 million. She wants half of everything he has, plus support payments and damages. Damages for this guy supporting her. There you go. And it's California, so you know something? She's probably going to get it. They have that whole palimony thing out there, where if you live with somebody long enough. And I guess she hooked up with Mick in the early 90s and stayed with him to, I guess, 2000. So she was with him through the 90s. Probably led a pretty nice life with him. $10 million worth?
But the early 90s, I mean, that wasn't the heyday of Motley Crue.
No, absolutely not. But she wants half of everything he has, plus, now you got half, plus support, so he still has to pay her, and damages. What kind of damages?
So basically, she's trying to say that she's more important to Motley Crue than Mick was.
Right.
And there's a lawyer that is agreeing with this.
Because he somehow promised to take care of her for the rest of their lives, and she was going to be a documentary filmmaker.
Big money maker.
And now, yeah.
And then you wonder why old guys are telling lawyer jokes. You know?
Well, she said that he promised to give her half. She said they agreed that if they ever broke up, they would just split it all in two. Because I'm sure Mick agreed to that verbally.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Nice verbal agreement. Oh, what do we got going on?
I don't know. Some
VH1
people are here or something. Whatever.
Is the whole Flavor Flav thing this big, where we need the cameras and everything?
I don't know.
I understand it's kind of a big hit there on VH1 with the Surreal Life, and it's kind of cute to watch, you know, him trying to have sex with that Amazon monster. What's her name?
Bridget
Nielsen.
Oh, I saw that show, The Surreal Life, over the summer with them.
Some entertainment news. Tell us about it.
Yeah, it was a very interesting show. I think the best person on that show was Ryan Starr. She was one of the people there that had the most talent.
Why did she have the most talent?
Well, first of all...
And who's Ryan Starr?
Ryan Starr is a female pop singer who's 21 years old. She's into rock and roll, though. She's a little young for this, but she knows the Doors and people like that she's really into. And I think... I don't know, I liked her the best.
Do you know the Doors, Patty?
Yeah.
How about that one right there to the studio? Why don't you walk out of it? Oh, God.
He's not kidding!
Devil. Devil scares me.
Could you go?
Great,
okay.
Great job, Patty.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I think Patty did a good job, actually. I want to hear her back.
Make sure you smile for the VH1 crew that's out there.
Oh, she's got a great voice. It grates on everyone.
No, we're just joking. You know that.
I know you are.
Of course. Of course we're not. You pig.
No. Oh, it was fun.
Drop something.
So Patty's ass is getting wide.
Awful. Atrocious.
Wide. It was awful as usual, but now it's getting, like, wide.
The Motley Crue, so we're done with that?
Yeah.
All right.
Mantooth. Her name is Mantooth.
Yeah?
What the hell's her first name here? Robbie Mantooth.
Wait, you sure she's not dating Tom from New Orleans? Her name isn't Rotten Mantooth?
Rotten Mantooth. Half the Rocker's property. Oh,
that's gonna leave a bruise.
God.
That'll leave a little bruise. Okay. All right.
Oh.
What was this lady's name? Tamara Green is one of Cosby's old accusers, or she's just coming to the table now because
she's just coming to the table now. This is the latest one.
Yeah. Well.
A new one, right?
Well, what's the story with Cosby? Do we have any more details on this?
Very, very. They're keeping it under wraps. Cosby's got some good people, and they're keeping all this stuff under wraps, I think, because these allegations they're kind of old. Some of them. Remember years ago, stuff like this popped up, and it kind of just went away. And now a girl's coming forward and saying that he drugged her. This is 30 years ago, though. Drugged her and then fondled her.
Mm-hmm.
And now another girl is coming forward saying that this happened more recently. And the investigation is ongoing. I think the police are involved. They're checking it out. And they're seeing if the Cos has done some things that he probably shouldn't have been doing.
Right. So the latest accuser they couldn't really get on the news programs this morning. So they got this other lady that's coming forward.
Yeah.
And she's coming up with some pretty crazy stuff that
really?
Cosby supposedly did. Let's listen to Tamara Green.
Well, there were a number of people at the table, friends of his, and he said to me, yes, you do seem ill, you're slightly feverish, would you like to have some contact? So he went into some sort of office area at the back of the restaurant, and he produced 2 capsules in his hand. But I thought nothing of it, and I took the capsules. In about, 20, 30 minutes, I felt great, I'm telling you. And then about 10 minutes after that, I was almost literally face down on the table of this restaurant.
Oh. With the cars coming up with some dessert from behind. I want to give you some contact. Not contact, contact. Illegal contact. I have a pill, a red pill and a green pill. Take one and you wake up in the Matrix. Take the other one and I'll be doing you in the pooper over the table at the restaurant.
She's an idiot.
Why?
Because he gave it to her right at the table with everyone, and she's pretty much, she just can't handle her cold medicine.
Her cold medicine, I've taken some of that.
We talked about the cold medicine thing, and it should be illegal. You shouldn't be able to just walk into a drugstore and get this without a prescription.
Some of it can really put you over.
And if she had maybe a glass of wine or something with lunch, I don't know, Of course you would have a reaction like that. If Kaz was going to do something, he wouldn't be doing it right in front of everyone like that, right?
These are suppositories is what they are. It's kind of new suppository. Let me put it on my applicator and put it in your pooper.
It's called contact. All right, well, then she goes on here.
He said, oh my, you must be more ill than we believe. I totally lost motor control. I was almost unable to hold my head up. I was very, very, very stoned. And he took me into my apartment and then very helpfully and nicely was prepared to take off my clothes and help me into bed and pet me. And, and that's how the actual assault began.
All right, I'm back in the game. I'm back. All right, I'm back with you, Tamara. Because this is what I love about these type of cases where someone gets a little woozy from wobbly pops, and you always have to bring them home and undress them. Why?
They must.
How many times have you been so hammered you'll fall asleep with your shoes on in a bed and it just doesn't matter? But the person that is trying to help you has to make sure you're completely naked in your own bed.
There's no reason. If she can't keep her head up, she'll fall asleep with her clothes on.
Know how many times we've been in that situation, maybe in a frat house or down in Springbrook, what have you, and you just get the person in their bed with their shoes, and there you go.
Here, put your head up on this here. Put your mouth over this. This will keep your head up.
But they always claim that they just want to make you comfortable and take all your clothes off and make sure you're under your sheets.
With Rudy, I used to put her to bed and I take her little clothes off, and this is no different than just taking care of one of the Huxtable kids. Now let me fondle your big 7 dessert mama muff. I was petting it.
All right. Here's another clip from Tamara Green.
I didn't know how sick I was or how stoned I was, but I slowly began to understand that I had not taken contact. The center of my being understood that, he had gone from helping me to groping me and kissing me and touching me and handling me and, taking off my clothes.
Ooh, tell me more.
Wow.
You gotta love Cosby.
The center of her. Yeah, he realized he had a drugged out girl there, and go to town.
What are you supposed to do?
Give her the contact.
Yeah.
Take her to bed, take her clothes off.
Whiny bitch has the sniffles. This is what you get. Suck it up.
Well, I don't know. What do you think? You think he did this?
One more clip.
Well, I actually told him that he would have to kill me, that if he didn't kill me and he tried to rape me, it was going to go very badly. And I was furious, and I'm throwing things around. So he, I guess it was inconvenient at that point. I had not been crushed successfully into submission. And he left $200 bills on my coffee table.
Ooh.
And he left my apartment.
Here you go, whore.
Now, this happened years ago. She's coming forward now?
Yeah, why now?
Yeah. Why now?
Was it because she was scared?
30 years?
Is that what they're saying? This is like 30 years ago?
Did she spend the money? If she spent that $200, that's it.
Maybe she had it until this time. Maybe it just finally ran out. She's frugal.
Whew. I don't know.
I don't know about that.
I don't know.
It's kind of hard after 30 years to come forward.
Well, there's a lot of opportunists out there, you know. She's figuring, I could get some FaceTime. Another opportunist is this Corey Feldman. He was on one of the programs this morning. I hope we get audio for tomorrow. And now he's claiming that now he's not sure if Michael touched him or not.
He's being subpoenaed.
Back in '93, I guess, when the last case came aboard, they interviewed him because he's one of Michael's little kid friends.
Buddies.
When Corey was just a little kid. And he went on record in '93, basically saying that nothing happened between him and Michael Jackson.
Oh, he was always saying, like,
but
absolutely.
Now, do we have that audio? Did Steve get it? Or
They had the guy down low, and they were doing voiceovers over. It wasn't really worth
Is that a
playing
yes
right
or a
now.
no?
No.
Okay.
Wasn't worth playing.
Why? Oh, because they didn't really have Corey speaking?
Yeah.
But that's on tonight, right?
Tomorrow night.
Oh, tomorrow night.
Celebrity Justice.
All right, so we'll have the audio. But basically now he's had time to think about it and really think back, and now he's not really sure.
Maybe I did get a dick in my ass. Maybe that did happen.
Wouldn't you know if you had one in your
I think that's something you kind of remember. That's probably something that would stick out in your head. If Michael Jackson was having sex with you. Yeah. I don't think that slips your mind.
Look, I don't like Michael Jackson. Everyone knows I don't like him. But I got to play devil's advocate here. Did you see Stand By Me?
Yeah.
He looked kind of good. When he was crying and talking about his father being a war hero, I mean, how do you not just want to slip those little dungarees down?
Was it that age, or was it the Gremlins age?
I don't remember him from Gremlins. Was he in Gremlins?
Yeah, he was like a real little kid in that.
Oh.
And then he went through the phase where he was dressing like Michael Jackson. He was really screwed up at one point. You know something? I might agree now that it did happen because, you know, he started dressing like Michael Jackson, wearing the hat, the glove. He was dancing around. He made a whole movie where he just acted like Michael Jackson.
What was the movie called?
I don't remember. I was touched by Michael Jackson. I deny it.
I'd like to have a copy of that movie. I think we could maybe enjoy that.
Oof.
I bet it's good, Ant. I bet you're being a little harsh.
Stop it.
That Feldman kid was good. He could act.
You are the worst. You are lying.
I hung out with that kid one night in one of Dice's hotel rooms. That kid came up and hung out.
Really?
Yeah, real douche.
Did Dice touch him inappropriately?
Does Flavor Flav and VH1 and everyone realize that we're off the air in like 15 minutes?
You do know it's Flavor Flav.
Flav's running a little late. He should be here soon.
Oh, but do you absolutely know it's Flavor Flav?
Yeah.
With a V?
Yeah, but that's how they say it in the ghetto. Flavor Flav.
Do they say Flavor Flav?
They get lazy at the end of words sometimes.
No, it's actually Flavor Flavor. That's why it's Flavor Flav is the cutoff.
Flavor?
But you could just say Flavor Flav.
I was picturing filleting.
All right,
something.
listen. Let's rock some Drew Boogie and we'll continue.
Wait.
Buddy, I'm good!
Well, doggy to you.
Hey, buddy.
Hey.
Last time you were on our show, you were singing a dirty version of the Beverly Hillbillies theme.
A dirty version?
It was kind of saucy.
You ready?
Yeah, here we go.
Here we go. Use it or lose it. Well, doggy. Well, doggy. Well, doggy. Well, doggy. Yeah, doggy. Yeah, doggy. Yeah, doggy. Yeah, doggy. Oh, doggy. Oh, doggy. Well, baby. Hey, well, doggy. Oh, doggy. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, well, doggy.
Oh, I get you. That's a little racy there, buddy.
Is that what you wanted? You asked for something racy? That's as racy as I get.
I like that.
Well, thank you very much.
The Opie and Anthony Show. XM202. Opie and Anthony. XM202.
I love getting these idiots back. If we could just press Jimmy down for a second from Connecticut. Jimmy?
Yeah.
Jimmy from Connecticut on the phone.
Jimmy!
Yeah.
What an ass. Are the buttons right?
Yeah, I think so.
Sound like anything.
Jimmy from Connecticut.
No.
Nothing?
Bastard. It says Corey Feldman in Goonies, not Gremlins.
Let's see if the phone's working.
It's in Gremlins too, you jackass.
Maria?
Yeah.
What's up?
Well, to start with, you guys are getting really lame lately.
Why, Maria?
Because you're talking about the stuff on the news that everybody knows about. I call them some stories that are funnier than hell you guys can work with. And I'll put on hold for 45 minutes.
Oh, she's got a good story then.
You have a funny story?
I could tell you're a kook, but let's go with it.
I want to hear her funny story.
I am a kook.
All right. Please, Maria, improve our show with one of your funny stories.
Okay. Never think old people who knock on your door are harmless.
Okay.
In Bath, Pennsylvania, Northampton County, yesterday, a lady went next door to her neighbor's house, knocked on the door, the lady answered, and she beat her to death with a hammer.
When does it get funny?
The cops responded, went next door to the lady's house. She answered the door with blood all over her and said she had no idea what happened.
That's terrific. That's terrific.
So that's
the funny story?
That's the good one?
Well, it's sort of funny. The other one is
what's the other one?
About the Boston University student.
Yeah?
Yeah, what happened to him? Or her?
Him. I'm sorry, but when your parents paid mega bucks to pay for your education, it's not a good idea to walk on train tracks. You would think better.
Oh, yeah. That's actually a sad story. Yeah, the guy jumped in front of a train.
No, he didn't jump in front of a train. Him and this girl were walking on the train tracks.
Well, why didn't he get out of the way? Seems like he might have wanted to kill himself.
They don't know why. They were walking on the train tracks.
All right, Maria, call tomorrow. Thank you. Let's go to Jason in Mississippi. Jason, what's up?
Hey, what's going on?
Hey.
Hey, Jim Norton, you are a hypocrite.
Why, Jace?
Because I heard a replay about your cherry dart competition.
Yeah.
You guys held in your studio, and how you were saying, oh, that clit ring is so nice, and blah, 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 from that first stripper that came in.
Okay.
And then all of a sudden, I heard a replay last night, or I heard that replay, and then I remember the V&A Awards, when you guys got back, how you were saying a clit ring was nasty and disgusting.
Well, I'll be honest. I'm not a big fan of the rings, the clit rings, but I might have just been saying that I liked it just to keep looking at her. I might have been saying that just so she kept her panties down. But to be honest with you, I'm a coward. I wouldn't say that to a chick 'cause I'm trying to look at her. But I was trying to probably lie to look.
I understand that, but why can't you tell the truth, man? Just say it's so nasty, but I'd still like to fuck you.
Well, I do that. That works, but that's not the best tactic.
All right, listen, we got to cut you off because Flavor Flav has entered the building with the VH1 camera crew, Anthony.
Rev from Whackbag, Corey Feldman was not in Gremlins. Sorry. Yes, he was, you douchebag. He absolutely was. He was the little kid in Gremlins, you ass. Oh, these people don't know their movies. Don't screw with me.
Hi, Flav.
Hey, Flav.
Yo, peace. Good morning.
What's
good morning.
up?
The sky and the ceiling. How you feeling? What's the deal? What's the deal?
Doing all right.
Me
Flavor
too,
Flav.
man. I'm doing much better now. I'm up here with you guys. What's up?
What are you doing up so early? You sleep late.
You know why I'm up so early? Because I had to come see y'all, man. I couldn't say no.
Yeah?
Couldn't say no. I had to say, yeah, boy. I'm going up there.
I love the Flavor Flav.
How you guys doing? What's popping? What's
Good, man.
First observation, which I've noticed over the years, you're wearing your clock, obviously.
Yeah, don't tell nobody that on.
Why don't you set the time so it's the right time?
Hey,
that's
right.
all I want to know.
It's right twice a day. Chill. Somewhere in the world.
All right.
But this watch right here, this clock right here, this is a statue.
Yeah.
See, statues don't move, you know, but over 35 million people untouched this clock. It's sentimental. I've been wearing this clock right here since like 87.
That same clock?
Yeah, this one clock been around the world a lot, touched by a lot, so it means
looks
a
like
lot.
you don't like light. The camera guy turned on the light and you just squinted really bad. Like, man, I don't like light.
Oh, nah. I mean, well, honestly, you know, me and Light wasn't the best friends this morning because I was sleeping real good until somebody opened up my shutters, man. Ah, what's all right, though? I can see clearly now. What's the deal, yo?
You've taken off now. All of a sudden now you're back in the
blowing up again.
I'm trying,
back in the
yo.
public eye.
Hey, with the help of y'all, man, I'm dead serious, G. The only way to go is up.
Hey,
thank y'all, man. Thank y'all.
Your face is all over now. Everybody, knows who the hell you are, and you're quite frankly a madman. You are insane.
Well,
I watched Surreal Life, and I'm like, this guy is out of his mind.
I was gonna say it ain't like I was really a glad man. Nah, man. I mean, with this TV stuff, man. I mean, I'm having a lot of fun with it, man. My main purpose really from moving from New York to LA was really to go do TV and movies and stuff because I mean, I did like 6 movies in my life. You know what I'm saying? But I always wanted that big part on the screen, man.
Wait,
you did Flav got to come to life.
You did 6 movies. Any movies we've seen?
That was a good one. That was a good one. But listen, if you didn't see these movies, then that means your TV just wasn't working, or y'all didn't have electricity.
What movies were you in? One we know, seriously.
The first one I ever did was Listen Up: The Lives of Quincy Jones. The second one I did was New Jack City. Third one I did was Who's the Man. The fourth one I did was CB4. The fifth one was Howard Stern's Private Parts, and the fifth one was Dynasty Films, End of the Dynasty, by Rockefeller Films and all that. But I want a big part on there, man. I'd say if I get one big part on the screen, your boy Flav is gone. I'm gonna be the next Flavzell Washington around here.
Yeah, I hear you. So we're watching the show with Bridget there. You do understand she has a boyfriend, right?
It ain't my fault. I heard she had a boyfriend.
You do understand that. That's why I don't get this show.
Well, see,
I mean, you guys are great together, obviously. But
thank you, man. I appreciate
it's
that.
It's nuts because she's going back to her fiancé no matter what.
And then not only that, but the VH1 is making Flav look like he's from Pittsburgh, one of the Steelers, right? Oh, snap. Wait, is that my phone?
Oh, who's that?
Oh, snap. I bet you any amount of money this is. That was my manager, too, but I'm going to cut this off right now while I, kick it with y'all. Know what I'm saying? A whole 9.
You're making the big bucks. You should, upgrade your phone there. That's a phone from, 1995.
But I like old stuff, man. Come on, man.
Yeah.
I like old jalapenos and everything. Y'all get Lamborghinis and all that, man. Give me a 64 Impala or something.
Right outside. I'm ready to jump right into my hoopty and get the hell out of here.
Hey, I ain't going to lie, but I like those Porsche SUVs, you know what I'm saying?
You like that one?
That's a nice whip, bro.
But I still I still take my 64 Chevy.
All right. So what's the deal with you and Bridget, for real?
Well, for real, I just want to let y'all know everything that y'all ever seen us do on TV is real. There's no scripts. Yeah. Nothing was rehearsed. Nothing was planned. I mean, it's all real. You know what I'm saying? And,
but does she really like you? Does Bridget really like the Flay?
She don't like me. She loves me, okay? I told you once you go black. No, man.
Once you go black, you never go back.
My man, you the man, G, you the bomb. We blowing up. Nah, but see, when we first really connected was, at the Surreal Life House, in the pool.
Yeah, how did that hook up? I mean,
well, see, it happened like this. My intimidation of her. I was kind of scared of the lady at first because she's big. I'm short. You know what I'm saying? And not only that, but I didn't know nothing about Bridget Nielsen. I swear, guys, I did not know nothing about...
You didn't see her in the movies years ago? When she used to be,
she was in a movie that was just a little bigger than the movies you did.
I heard she was
a little bit.
Listen,
she was the blonde bombshell.
I found out she did 23 movies after we did The Surreal Life. Then I found out, but I still never seen her on the screen yet. The first time I ever got to see her on screen was when we was doing the final wrap up in Vegas of Strange Love, and we sat down and watched some stuff together that I do and that she does, And I
you
never
watched
seen
some
her
of her
screen.
old. You watched some of her old stuff then?
Yeah.
And then when did you look at her and say, "Hey, where's your daughter on the screen now? I want to meet her."
No, you know what? I said to myself when I seen her on the screen and seen the stuff she do, I'm like, what? I'm up here loving a lady like this. This lady's a killer. She's a murderer and all of that in the movies and all of that. And I'm like, hey, what if she don't let me go home to my kids? Hey, yo.
Oh, man.
No, you can't go. The loving stays here, buddy. No, but I got kids, please.
So where's the relationship at right now with you two?
Well, right now, honestly, to tell you the truth, we always going to be the tightest of friends, you know what I'm saying? We always going to be lovers.
Oh, she gave you the friends speech? Oh.
Well, I had to give it to her, too.
Oh, boy.
Now, see, this is what's going down, though. Come on, man. I'm in America.
All right.
Right? She's over in Italy. You know? And then not only that, but then she got a fiancé. She got her kids, the dog, the bird, and all that. Me, hey, man, I'm here with my 6 kids. I'm, you know, pursuing my TV career type of stuff.
Did you hit that?
Huh?
Did you hit that, though?
Right back in the face. Dead serious. Right back in the face. Did y'all see her hit me?
I'm talking.
No, we're not talking about hit.
Come on,
did
man.
you hit that?
Yeah, come
on,
I want to know.
Come on.
You tapped that ass.
Let me say this. Let me say it like...
You get a taste.
Let me say it like
Was your
this.
clock banging on her back? Maybe something, right?
Oh, damn.
Come on, Flav.
But y'all was trying to say I was clocking her, huh?
You're clocking her?
Y'all was trying to say Flavor Flav was clocking her, G. I was clocking her. I was clocking her, G. No, but see, I just want to say this then. Just to let y'all know what... Just to let y'all know what time it is.
Yeah.
She's tall, and I'm short.
Yeah.
But when we lay down in the bed, we the same size, guys.
When you're toes to toes, your nose in it. When you're nose to nose, your toes is in it.
But honestly, it was frozen, so the nose couldn't go in it. I ain't going there. Nah, you can't get Flavor on that one. That was a good punch you threw at me. I had to block that one, G. Hey, yo, this is the flyest radio show I've been on in a minute, yo. Word up, man.
We have fun in here.
So you didn't have sex? You didn't have sex with her?
Huh?
You didn't have sex with her?
I didn't say that.
He's just not. He's not kissing and telling.
Thank you, man.
That's
See, you
what
the
it
bomb. You the bomb. See,
He's not
you know.
a kiss and tell kind
Yeah,
of guy.
man. I got a career to keep. I got kids that's listening to the radio.
You got 6 kids.
Yeah, man. I want 4 more. You know any candidates? Oh, for real, G. I want 10 biologically before I go on the ground.
If I can get some of that Flavor Flav money, you can knock me up.
Hey, are you crazy, man? Hey, well, you know, I don't even think enough money could do that, though, G. You a man.
Yeah, see, you can't get pregnant is what he's saying because you're a guy. And
so you're looking to make an even 10?
I mean, but it was a good try, though. He'll be all right. Gonna be all right, guy.
6 kids.
Yeah, man, 6 kids. I want 4 more. Any candidates out there, y'all call up to the radio station and I'll come and give you a blind date.
An even 10.
Why not just have sex with these women? Why do you have to have the kids?
I mean,
you got 6. That's plenty.
Well,
no?
see, you know, I just want to leave behind good memories.
Hey, what's going? I gotta ask, what's going on with Public Enemy? You guys gonna do anything? You gonna do some Public Enemy
me and
stuff?
my partner Chuck, we in the studio right now doing the new Public Enemy album. Also, I got my Flavor Flav solo album coming at you guys. It's gonna be at y'all finally now in about 2 months.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Y'all got the fire, kid. I got the fire coming. Flavor, bing, 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 ding, 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 ding. Yeah, that's right. That's Flavor.
You haven't lost anything, though. You still got the, you know, because some of the old stuff, you had the rage going. That was nice, you know?
Yeah, man.
You haven't slowed down or calmed down, though.
Hey, man, listen, man. I only get to live life once.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, while we're here, we got to have all the fun we can while we can, and we got to try to make the most positive difference while we can, because when we gone, we ain't nothing but memories, so let's not leave good ones.
So leave kids around.
Yeah, leave some kids around, but also when we leave them around, we got to teach them the right things, so when we leave them around, they living right.
So you're going to have...
Or have somebody else raise them?
Yeah.
No doubt.
Yeah.
Yo, I'm with you on that one, G. I'll raise your kids for you, man. Just raise mine for me.
You're too busy in Italy trying to bang someone that doesn't want to bang you, and your kids are, like, running around and someone else is raising them.
And I just want to say it ain't over.
All right.
Flav's going to rap about picking some blonde hairs out of them gold teeth.
I only just begun to live. Only my baby mama only. Hairs in the teeth, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, that's it, huh?
Yeah, man. Only the baby mama, man. You know.
Not Bridget?
Huh?
You go south on that?
Are you married, too?
Huh?
Are you married?
Never once in life. And I ain't trying to go there. No time. I'm too young to die.
Yeah, I don't blame you. I don't blame you.
I'm enjoying my life right now, G. I can run around and bounce off every wall, and I ain't got to make a call.
All right.
For real.
Nice, right?
To all you married guys out there, God bless and may you guys keep answering to your wives, okay?
Speaking of married guys.
Suckers never play me on the mix.
We got to talk about the Vermont Teddy Bear Company. You want to read some of this for us? help us out a little bit?
Let me get my glasses, man. Y'all know I'm old, man.
Get the spectacles
You
out.
gotta get this.
That's right. I'm a grandfather too. I got a granddaughter, Brianna.
Get out of here.
Yeah, man.
Your granddad?
My oldest daughter, Shanique, she just turned 19 on the 6th of February. She got a baby girl. Her name is Brianna. And, I'm a granddad.
Shanique?
Yeah, her name is Shanique.
Very
Is
original
she married?
name.
Nah, she's not married. But I got Shanique, William, and Karen at 18, 17, and 16.
Do you know the father of the grandkid?
Well, I met the father and everything. Nice kid and everything. He's going to school. He's trying, man, and the only thing that we could do as parents, man, when your kids do make mistakes with their lives, the only thing we could do is just support them, you know what I'm saying, instead of beating down on them.
How old's your kid?
Well, now Shanique just turned 19. William is getting ready to turn 18. Karen is getting ready to turn 17. But then my youngest three, Designer, Quan, and Kayla, they 10, 12, and 8. And Designer's getting ready to turn 13.
All right. Wow. And how old's your grandkid?
My granddaughter will be 2 in July.
Very nice. All right. Vermont Teddy Bear, Anthony.
Valentine's
Want to help
Day.
us out here, Flavor Flav?
Okay.
Because you came in at the end of the show. We got to do this before we get out of here.
Okay, no doubt. Okay, the Vermont Teddy Bear. What am I doing?
Hey, you just read it.
Okay, guys, it's Thursday, and Valentine's Day is on Monday. The last thing you want to do is spend your weekend at the mall, right? Nah, wrong, because you want to spend money. Anyway, I got 3 words for you. Vermont Teddy Bear.
Damn straight.
Okay, now, keep reading?
Yeah, keep reading.
Y'all ain't no joke up here, all right?
1-800-829-BEAR.
That's right. I went to Leo F. Kipling School, Freeport, Long Island. Check 1, 2. Call one of their bed counselors at 1-800-829-BEAR. That's bear, you know what I'm saying? And they'll help you choose the perfect bear. What in the world is y'all got Flavor Flav reading up here?
Why not?
Oh, yo, but check this out. I ain't done yet. Check this out.
Yeah.
They'll deliver right on Valentine's Day with free chocolate and a gift card in their famous box.
That's right.
Hey, wait, keep reading? Keep going?
Oh, keep going.
No doubt.
Give the phone number.
Even better. Send her bear to the office on Monday. And when it arrives, she'll completely surprise. And all of her co-workers think you're the greatest guy. It's a short thing, folks. It's a short thing.
1-800-829-BEAR, 1-800-829-BEAR, or go to VermontTeddyBear.com.
That meant Flavor Flav was reading too slow, people. Y'all need to know that.
Party is over. Everybody go home.